It's for the lover in you, baby. We in this thing, man. Shout out. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? ABP Reactions, man. This is episode 7. We made it to episode 7, y'all. We did it. We did it, man. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Reason I say that, for those who don't know, because this is our 7th episode, but episode 6, we took 3 attempts, man. First attempt, we was watching live. We was watching the reaction video, and they had a gun in there in the grocery store, and they zapped the live stream. It was done. Boom. It was over with. Then we had to wait 48 hours. We had to wait 2 days before we could go live again. We waited 2 days. We jumped back on. You know what I'm saying? We tried to do episode 6 over again with different reaction videos. Almost made it through and got zapped again for watching a video with a lady with a gun in her room. God, dog it. Zap gang, zap gang. And then we made episode 6 the 3rd attempt, y'all. So it's up right now. It's live on the channel. Y'all make sure y'all go check that one out. But here we are, man, episode 7. So here's what we gonna do. I got one video where I'm like, it might be a gun in there. And it's the one about the mass shooting at in Mississippi at the homecoming. But I'm like, should I attempt it or should I do it offline, y'all? Should I risk it or should I just do it offline? Because for some reason, it won't let me do it live, but it'll let me make a video and put the video up and it won't zap the page for the video. But I don't know. I don't know what it is about live. It won't let me show guns live. I don't know why. I mean, you know. What y'all think, though? Let me know in the chat what y'all want to do, man. What y'all want to do. But we'll figure that out. But now, though, I got 5 reactions I want to do today, man. We're going to go live. I'm going to stay on here till like 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like 3 hours. Going to knock out like 3 hours and do it up. All right? Yeah, I'm going to do it last. They said do it last. Nigga, hold on, motherfucker. That don't make a difference. It's still going to zap the whole episode. You had me for a second. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to do it last. Like, hold on, nigga. It's either we do it or we don't do it. Fuck it, man. We thugging in this motherfucker. He said, how long is it? Pause, bro. Hey, yo, Trav said pause. Hey, look. All right, fuck it. Let's do this, y'all. Let's get started. Let's go over this Kyron Lacey. You know what I mean? ESPN is getting backlash for their coverage of Kyron Lacey's accusations when it happened and how, you know, they made him look guilty in the light, some would say. So we're going to react to that right now, and let's see the backlash ESPN is receiving for that. Rest in peace to Kyron Lacey, man. You know, falsely accused of killing an older man in a car accident, which now evidence has shown that he wasn't even close to the accident. He was 72 yards away when the accident happened, when impact happened. And that's cold, man. He took his own life, man. Gone too soon. So let's react to it right now, see what it do. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let's see what it do. All right, cool. All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions, and this one is called This Looks Awful for ESPN. This is in regards to Kyron Lacey case. Let's see what they have to say. Let's see how ESPN handled this situation. Let's go.
The accident happened before he got there.
Right.
And you can tell it's at least 2-3 seconds he was behind
Yeah.
it.
It's horrible. I don't even know who to point the finger at in this situation.
He was an innocent man, and at least know that he has that as he rests.
This video discusses a tragedy involving the loss of 2 lives and is meant to examine responsibility. And as a result, some people might get triggered as a result of the contents of this video. If you're disturbed by such content, this is your opportunity to click off of the video. Today we need to talk about one of the most tragic stories in college football from the past year and how ESPN managed to make it even worse. This is the story of Kyron Lacey, and I need to warn you right now, this story is heartbreaking on multiple levels.
Damn.
We're going to talk about 2 lives lost, a promising career destroyed, and how the rush to get content out fast led to one of ESPN's biggest reporting failures in recent memory, resulting in multiple apologies from Ryan Clark,
I apologize. Kyron Lacey was innocent.
Pat McAfee,
We apologize for adding any more heat because obviously it's tragically sad and involves an athlete's legacy.
Wow. It's too late, man. Do your apologies matter once the person you was talking about took their own life and they're dead now, and then come to find out they're innocent? Ah, that's nasty.
And even Scott Van Pelt
is that this was a senseless tragedy in December. I apologize for the incomplete reaction that aired on this show on Monday night.
But before we get into what ESPN did wrong, we need to understand the full story of what happened to Kyron Lacey. Because this isn't just about bad media coverage, this is about a real person, real consequences, and real families that are grieving. So let's start from the beginning. Kyron Lacey was a star wide receiver for LSU. In 2024, he caught 58 passes for 866 yards and shared the SEC lead with 9 touchdown receptions in 12 games. He finished his college career with 162 receptions for 2,360 yards and 26 touchdowns in 64 games. Playing at Louisiana from 2020 to 2021 before transferring to LSU for 2022 to 2024, Kyron was viewed as a legitimate NFL prospect. Not a surefire first-round pick, but a guy that could definitely get drafted and make a roster. And then everything changed on December 17th, 2024. Around noon on that day, Kyron Lacey was driving southbound on Louisiana Highway 20, about an hour outside of New Orleans, in a green Dodge Charger. What happened next would change multiple lives forever. According to an arrest warrant affidavit dated January 8th, police said that Lacey's 2023 Dodge Charger was traveling south at an extremely high rate of speed in a posted 40-mile-per-hour speed zone, passing 4 vehicles, including an 18-wheel truck with a trailer, on a highly congested road. And here's the critical detail: he was passing vehicles in a no-passing zone. Now, what happened next is where things get complicated, and it's important to understand the sequence of events. As Lacey's vehicle attempted to pass, it allegedly rapidly approached a northbound pickup truck. The affidavit said that the pickup driver took emergency action by braking and driving off of the roadway to the right, coming to a controlled stop. Police said the driver behind the pickup steered left to avoid a head-on crash with a rapidly approaching Charger. That evasive maneuver, the driver swerving left to avoid Lacey's car, put that vehicle directly into oncoming traffic. The result was a head-on collision that killed 78-year-old Herman Hall, a Vietnam veteran from Thibodaux, Louisiana. Lacey's car never actually collided with another car, and that detail is going to become really important later. After the crash, police said that Lacey
This shit is crazy. This is like a movie right here, dog. Like how they put this whole story together of something that never actually happened, and look what happened resulted from that. Like, this is really crazy. Like, what happens to the police? That's what everybody's wanting to know. What is going to happen to the police officer who was in charge of this shit?
At the crash scene without stopping to render aid or call 911. But here's an interesting detail. Louisiana State Police said that evidence supports that less than 10 minutes after the crash, Lacey's first outgoing phone call was to a Baton Rouge area personal injury and defense attorney. Police also said they used 21 separate video cameras to capture the uninterrupted path of the Charger from a crash scene to a business 11 miles away. So this wasn't a case where they had limited evidence. They tracked his vehicle extensively after the incident. On police body cam footage from the scene, one witness said a green Charger caused all of this. Multiple witnesses at the scene immediately identified Kyron Lacey's vehicle. On January 8th, 2025, Kyron Lacey was charged with negligent homicide, felony hit and run with death, and reckless operation of a vehicle. He was not on the list of players invited to the NFL scouting combine when it was released in mid-February. About a month after his arrest, Kyron Lacey's NFL dream was essentially over. A grand jury hearing was scheduled for April 14, 2025 to determine if the case would proceed to trial.
So you do see how this could mentally affect a kid who's working hard his whole life to get to the NFLs, colleges, high school football, probably played, Pee Wee, Pop Warner, all that type shit. And then right before the combine, your name's not on the list. You got a murder, like all this shit on your name. Like your life just changed, and you had nothing to do with it. You didn't do it. So just mentally imagine a kid who's going through all that. He's right there at the NFL, possibly at the draft. He could get drafted. This is something he worked for his whole life, and now he got an alleged homicide. He has to fight this case, and in the public eye, that's the era we live in. You're guilty till proven innocent. So now the NFL is turning their back on you. Everybody's turning their back on you. They don't want to associate with you right now, brother. That's fucked up. When you know you didn't do nothing, that's crazy.
Kyron Lacey never made it to that hearing. On the night of April 2025, 2 days ahead of his scheduled grand jury appearance, Kyron Lacey, at the age of 24, led authorities on a pursuit before crashing in Spring, Texas near Houston. When deputies removed Lacey from the car to take him into custody, they found him with a gunshot wound and he was pronounced dead at the scene by emergency responders. They ruled that Kyron Lacey took his own life. The Harris County Sheriff's Office said deputies had responded to a weapons disturbance call at a home where Lacey had discharged a firearm into the ground during a verbal argument with a family member when they attempted to stop his vehicle. He fled, leading to the chase. A 24-year-old kid with his whole life ahead of him, gone.
Wow.
A 78-year-old military veteran, gone. 2 families destroyed. It's an absolute tragedy on every level. And that's where the story stood for 6 months. Kyron Lacey passed before he could stand trial, which means legally speaking, he was never convicted. He's presumed innocent. Herman Hall's family never got their day in court. There was no trial, no jury verdict, no legal closure. Fast forward to October of 2025, and that's when Kyron Lacey's attorney, Matthew Ori, went on a local Louisiana TV station, HTV10 in Houma, and dropped what seemed like a bombshell. Ori presented security camera footage that he said showed Lacey's vehicle roughly 70 yards behind the other cars at the time of the crash.
Look at that, y'all. How crazy is that? The car just now pulling up right after the shit, and then they put a whole accident on this man. It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5, 6, 7 cars right there. That could have been an eyewitness that said, no, it wasn't the green Charger. How the fuck nobody said nothing? The police definitely played with the paperwork. We saw that. They played with the paperwork. That has came out where they put like they was coercing people to say stuff. What to say, what to put on their, you know what I mean? What to write down, shit like that. That's fucked up. What was it about the police and Kyron Lacey? Like, it's like a deeper story. What was it that the police officer what did he have on Kyron Lacey or hate about Kyron Lacey? Why was he so adamant on putting it on bro?
The vehicle showed the collision happening, and then several seconds later, you see a green Charger appear in frame, slow down, and drive around the accident scene. Ori's argument was simple and powerful, that while Lacey passed 4 vehicles in a no passing zone, he returned to the proper lane with enough time to have not been responsible for the collision. Ori argued the footage contradicted initial findings from Louisiana State Police that led to negligent homicide charges against Kyron Lacey. Ori told the TV station that is not how the story was painted. Never. He also claimed that the crash report from the district attorney's office actually supported Lacey's defense. Ori said, citing the document, that the evidence submitted in the crash report does not support that Kyron Lacey should have known that his actions were the cause of the crash that happened approximately 72 yards in front of him. The HTV10 segment also showed body cam footage that Ori claimed showed a Louisiana State Police trooper appearing to instruct a witness on what to include in a written statement. The implication was clear. The police had manipulated the investigation to blame Lacey.
See what I'm saying? Like, they manipulated this shit to blame him. Why? Is it because he was a black kid? Is it that, or is it because they know who he is? You know what I mean? These motherfuckers be on here gambling on people. You know what I'm saying? They know who he is. Come on, what could it be? I'm just saying.
Seemed like potentially exculpatory evidence. A young man had taken his life while facing charges, and now his attorney was saying there's proof that he was nearly a football field away when the crash happened. If true, that would be devastating. It would mean that Kyron Lacey passed away believing he was guilty of ending someone else's life when he may not have been responsible at all. And that's when ESPN personalities saw the video and reacted. On Monday Night Football, October 7th, 2025, Ryan Clark, former LSU player turned ESPN analyst, went on SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt to discuss the attorney's video. And he didn't just discuss it, he made some very bold, very definitive statements. Clark posted on social media saying that Kyron Lacey was supposed to be on an NFL field this weekend. That made it important to say Kyron Lacey was innocent on ESPN before the night ended. His name and face were plastered everywhere when he was under investigated, so it's only right we say it now.
At some point throughout his career, I would expect to have said his name, so I'm gonna say his name tonight.
Amen.
Kyron Lacy was innocent.
On air, Clark stated,
Kyron Lacy was supposed to be in the NFL. Kyron Lacy was accused of something and being investigated for something that he didn't do, and he died having to live with the guilt and the consequences of a guilty man knowing he was innocent.
notice how he didn't say may have been innocent, not there are questions about the evidence, but definitively he didn't do it and he was innocent. But Clark went even further than that. He said
It recently was discovered that he was 72 yards away from the crash, that police and state policemen tried to coerce and doctor and use ways to manipulate statements that put this young man behind bars.
think about what he just said there. Coerce and doctor and use ways to manipulate statements. Those are accusations of criminal misconduct against law enforcement.
Well, it's on camera, motherfucker. It's on body cam. It's on body cam. What are you talking about? He's not saying nothing wrong.
Evidence tampering, witness coercion. These aren't minor allegations. These are career-ending, potentially criminal accusations. Clark continued.
There were so many stations that ran the fact that he was being investigated, so I wanted to make sure here with Scott, we could say that he was an innocent man and at least know that he has that as he rests.
Scott Van Pelt was equally emotional.
I can't recall ever seeing something that made me react viscerally to the point that I felt like my hands were trembling.
Van Pelt said of Lacy that
There's video that shows that this is not at all what happened, and that young man took his life.
and it wasn't just Clark and Van Pelt. Pat McAfee also reacted strongly after seeing the attorney's claims, saying Lacy didn't do it and we gotta get that shit right. Now,
Yeah.
I want to pause here
Come
and
on.
say I understand why they reacted this way. If you watch that video from the attorney without any other context, it does look bad for the prosecution. You see a crash happen, and then several seconds later, a green car appears. If that's all you know about the case, you might think, wait, how could he have caused this if he was this far away? And there's an emotional component too. Ryan Clark openly admitted that he knew Kyron Lacy personally.
In full transparency, y'all, I knew Kyron Lacy personally.
This wasn't just some random player.
Yeah. Stand up for your boy. As you should, nigga. Fuck you mean. You ain't finna let everybody just drag him. That's my boy. That's my, you know what I mean? That's the homie. That's a young talent coming up. He came from the school, my alma mater, where I come from my school. Nigga, he supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be over here talking about him on the field right now. Y'all stripped that from that man. Y'all stripped that. Y'all made the nigga commit suicide, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and I'm say this. Same way y'all gonna stand up and say the opposite. Who's wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Was talking about, this was someone he had a relationship with, someone from his alma mater, a young man who took his own life. So I get the emotional reaction. What I don't get is how three major ESPN personalities, people who are supposed to be media professionals, saw one video from a defense attorney and immediately declared it the definitive truth, accused police of crimes, and didn't bother to wait for any response from law enforcement or check if there was more to the story, because that's what we did. And believe me, there was a lot more. Less than 24 hours after ESPN's coverage, Louisiana State Police dropped their response, and it was comprehensive. On Tuesday, October 8th, LSP released an 11-minute video that includes surveillance footage, witness statements, and a detailed explanation of their investigation. The footage showed Lacy's bright green Dodge Charger speeding southbound but in the wrong lane, passing several vehicles and even a loaded 18-wheeler in a 40-mile-per-hour zone. In the video, State Police showed that the Charger then returned to its proper lane, immediately braking, and then you hear the sound of a crash. Here's what made the LSP video so damning. It didn't just show the attorney's angle, it showed the full context. Yes, Lacy's car was 70-something yards away when the actual collision happened, but what the attorney's video didn't show clearly was what happened right before that. Lacy's aggressive, illegal passing that forced other drivers to take evasive action. Louisiana State Police stated, since the incident occurred, the Louisiana State Police never reported that the green Dodge Charger impacted any of the involved vehicles. However, all evidence collected supports the conclusion that Lacy's reckless operation of the green Charger in oncoming traffic triggered the chain of events involving the other drivers, ultimately resulting in the fatal crash. And here's the legal detail that ESPN's coverage completely missed. In Louisiana, a person can be guilty of vehicular homicide whether the death was caused proximately or caused directly, meaning a driver did not have to make contact with the vehicle to be at fault. In other words, you don't have to physically hit another car to be legally responsible for a fatal crash. If you're
Well, that's a vital piece of information. In Louisiana, whether you hit the car physically or you're the reason that car is crashed because of your actions, how you drive, you can be found guilty of a fatal car crash. Okay, got it.
Your reckless driving causes other drivers to take evasive action that results in a collision, you can be held liable. That's not some obscure legal technicality either. That's standard in most states. The LSP video also addressed the claims about coercing witnesses. They showed body camera footage of officers interviewing witnesses at the scene. On police body camera footage, witnesses immediately identified Lacey's vehicle, with one saying a green Charger caused all of this. Multiple witnesses gave consistent statements right at the scene before any alleged coercion could have taken place. Louisiana State Police said the Louisiana State Police is committed to providing a thorough and objective investigation grounded in science and supported by facts.
So this could definitely be argued. Like, you can't just say, yeah, on like simple surface like level, you could say, oh yeah, the green car was coming, so he made the guy panic. All right, but you got to prove that. You got to prove that, because the guy could just be a bad driver. He's 78 years old. He's old. He could have been, you know, he probably didn't even see the green car coming. He was probably just going to make that left regardless on his own. Who knows? That's what I'm saying. It's what you can prove. But the simple thing is to say, oh, it was the green car that was 100 yards away, 92 yards away that was coming that made him swerve out. What if he couldn't even see that far? What if this old man, like, couldn't even see that far? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot that goes into this shit of proving, because I know that could be argued. Oh, he turned in and he panicked. He probably saw the car coming from way down there. The car was coming fast. So, you know, at the same time, it's like you can't put that on Kyron Lacey. I wouldn't even say that, oh, it's his fault. Like, no, nigga. I mean, at the same time, also, Kyron Lacey, mentally, he snapped and went through some shit and ended up him doing what he did. But average motherfucker, I would have fought this. Like, what? You can't put that on me. I would have fought this. I would have lawyered up. I mean, I don't know. See that, and then there goes a whole nother angle. Like, financially, what is he capable? Is he capable of getting a lawyer? It's probably somebody who would have fought this pro bono because it's Kyron Lacey. Who knows?
While we recognize that external narratives may arise, often based on selective information, we urge the public to rely on the full body of facts. That's a pretty measured response to being accused of criminal misconduct on national television, don't you think? Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrow issued a statement saying the evidence is not disputed here. The DA's office was prepared to present the case to a grand jury that showed Kyron Lacey returning to his lane. However, that does not absolve Kyron Lacey of responsibility in this matter. Every witness identified the green Charger Kyron Lacey was driving as having put the events in motion that led to the head-on collision, which ended the life of 78-year-old military veteran Herman Hall. So to recap, within 24 hours of ESPN declaring Kyron Lacey was innocent and accusing police of misconduct, mind you, after Monday Night Football, which is where most people are watching the most ESPN and the most SportsCenter, law enforcement released comprehensive evidence showing that their investigation was thorough. Their conclusions were supported by extensive video evidence and witness testimony, and that Lacey's reckless driving had indeed caused the chain of events that ended the life of Herman Hall. And that's when the backtracking began. Pat McAfee said this on Wednesday.
We thought we had more context. Now more video has been made publicly available, and it shows even more context where Kyron Lacey is driving on the wrong side of the road and could have very easily made the case that he caused the car to swerve and caused the tragic accident. We apologize for adding any more heat and will continue to stay on top of the news breaking.
Oh my God, bro. Just shut up at this point. You gonna keep apologizing every episode? Just shut up. Just wait till all this shit come out then, brother. You either gonna stand for something or you're gonna fall for anything, motherfucker. Stand on what you say, nigga. Nigga, who was right, who was wrong? You can't keep backtracking every episode every time you see something. In that case, shut the fuck up.
In this story, because obviously it's tragically sad and involves an athlete's legacy.
Scott Van Pelt also apologized for the incomplete reaction on SportsCenter.
I apologize for the incomplete reaction that aired on this show on Monday night.
And Ryan Clark, on Thursday's First Take, he issued a full apology.
On Monday night SportsCenter, I addressed the horrific car crash that took Mr. Hall's life. and also the subsequent tragic events that led to the death of Kyron Lacey. In full transparency, y'all, I knew Kyron Lacey personally, but nothing matters to me more than the truth. I always strive to do my best to mix authenticity with the most complete and up-to-date information available. I failed to do that on Monday night based on the subsequent evidence that has been released by the Louisiana State Police Department. I set the highest standards of fairness and, most importantly, righteousness in my work. I didn't meet that standard. It's always important to me that I gather all factual and important information to provide the complete story. That's a responsibility that I do not take lightly. And when discussed in real time on Monday evening, I failed to do so. And for that, I apologize.
Oh, they made you turn on your boy, man. You supposed to stand for your boy, man. You supposed to stand for your boy, man. You turned on him, bro. Damn.
So there you have it, less than 72 hours from Kyron Lacey was innocent to I failed to gather all the facts, from accusing police of criminal misconduct to apologizing for not having complete information, from definitive declarations to walking it all back. But here's where the story gets really interesting and really troubling. This isn't the first time Ryan Clark had to issue a public apology for rushing to a judgment or saying something inappropriate on ESPN. As a matter of fact, this is his third major public apology in 5 months. Let me walk you through this pattern because it's important to understand this isn't just one mistake. This is a trend. Back in May of 2025, Clark got into a heated feud with fellow ESPN analyst Robert Griffin III over WNBA players Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. RG3 made a video saying that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark after the two women had an on-court incident.
Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. So where was this type of reaction last year when Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun? She got fouled so hard, they kicked Aaliyah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul. What did Angel Reese do? Nothing. You know why? The reaction was different because of who did it. And there is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
And look, this is a fair take, but Clark didn't just disagree with RG3's take, he made it personal. I mean, really personal. Clark responded on his podcast by saying this.
The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what black women have to endure in this country. About what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension. To start RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women.
Cooked them. That's a crazy take though, but I'm with you. I get the take. I totally get it. But that's a wild one to say he don't care because he got a white woman in his house. That's crazy.
Yeah, he went there. He brought up RG3's wife and his previous marriage, using them as evidence that RG3 couldn't properly understand or comment on black women's experiences. RG3 responded on social media saying, Ryan Clark didn't like my take on Angel Reese hating Caitlin Clark. That's fine. Disagreement is part of the game. But instead of debating my point, he personally attacked me and my family. The backlash was swift, as it should be. Clark eventually apologized, but the damage was done. Clark later—
Oh my God. Apologized? Man, this nigga don't stand on shit. And you can't even say this was ESPN. Nigga, this was on your own podcast. You apologized again. Listen, bro, stop saying, who the fuck apologizes this goddamn much, man?
Said I shouldn't have brought his wife into the equation, even though in my mind, before speaking about her, I processed as much as I could to speak of her in a way that was positive, trying to make sure it only illustrated a point about the way he approached Angel Reese. And in that, in some ways, to some people, I probably missed the mark. Probably missed the mark is putting it lightly. You brought a colleague's wife into a sports debate and used his interracial marriage as a weapon against him. That's not missing the mark, that's completely crossing the line. But just a few months later, in September 2025, Clark was back in hot water with another colleague. Peter Schrager is one of the most respected NFL analysts in the business. As a matter of fact, as a person that does sports talk myself, I really have a lot of love and respect for the way Peter Schrager handles his business. I appreciate his takes, I appreciate his humility, I enjoy his energy, and I'm honestly happy for the the guy for getting
Blazer
to the place that he's at today. He spent years at the NFL Network before ESPN signed him to a big deal earlier in 2025. He's known for his work ethic, his connections around the league, and his analysis. The guy never played professional football, but that's never stopped him from being excellent at his job.
Oh my God. I see what's going on here now. That's see, this is how you supposed to defend your homie, bro. You don't apologize for saying, you see how Cuz standing on it with this nigga right here? God damn, bro.
On the September 5th episode of Get Up, the crew was discussing the performances of Cowboys receiver CeeDee Lamb and Eagles receiver A.J. Brown from Thursday Night Football. When Peter Schrager offered his perspective on the debate, Clark dismissed it by saying this:
We shouldn't do this on TV, and so I apologize if people think this is rude. That's the non-player.
Oh, stop.
Schrager was clearly not having it.
Don't belittle me like that.
Clark didn't back down. Instead of apologizing immediately, he doubled down in the moment, telling Schrager not to get mad and to let him finish. This was awkward as hell to watch. Mike Greenberg had to step in and cool things down, but apparently it got worse off camera. Clark later apologized on Twitter, saying, "Today I had an interaction with my colleague Peter Schrager, both on and off the air, that I regret. I've apologized to Peter and taken accountability with ESPN leadership."
God damn it. Again, man. Again? You just gonna keep apologizing for every take you got? Stand on that shit, bro. Golly, what the fuck? No backbone, man.
Note that phrase, both on and off the air. Front Office Sports reported that sources told them that Clark's confrontation with Schrager continued off air and led to an uncomfortable confrontation on the set of Get Up. So not only did Clark belittle Schrager on live television using the lazy "you didn't play" argument, but there was apparently more drama behind the scenes that got uncomfortable enough that ESPN leadership had to get involved. So let's count it up. In May of 2025, Ryan Clark had to apologize to Robert Griffin for bringing his wife into a sports debate and using
I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. This video we reacted to, you're trying to tear down Ryan Clark. You motherfucker. And you baited us in with the Kyron Lacey story, only to now turn this story around and make it all about Ryan Clark, you piece of shit. He got us, y'all. He got us.
Interracial marriage against him. On September of 2025, he had to apologize to Peter Schrager for belittling him on air and an off-air confrontation that required ESPN leadership involvement. In October of 2025, he had to apologize for declaring that Kyron Lacey was innocent, accusing police of criminal misconduct, and failing to gather all the facts before making definitive statements on national television. 3 major public apologies in 5 months. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. I even said it in my previous video on the subject a month ago. As one media analyst pointed out, there's only so many times you can screw up and apologize before ESPN decides your talent is not worth the headache. And that analyst also noted something really important. Clark's suggestion to Schrager that a non-player can't comment on gameplay runs counter to what ESPN does across the board with a range of talent that never played the game. Think about it. If ESPN actually operated on Clark's non-player principle, they'd have to fire Mike Greenberg, Tony Kornheiser, Michael Wilbon, Stephen A. Smith, Mina Kimes, and a huge portion of their talent. These are some of ESPN's biggest names.
He struck a nerve.
And none of them played professional
Ryan
sports.
Clark, he struck a nerve.
To Clark's logic, their opinions don't matter. It's absurd, and it shows a fundamental lack of respect for colleagues and for the profession of sports journalism. Let's put all that aside because I want to take a moment to discuss the real victims here. The people that got hurt by this the most. Start with Herman Hall and his family. A 78-year-old veteran lost his life. His family is grieving. And in all of ESPN's coverage about whether Kyron Lacey was treated unfairly, Herman Hall barely got mentioned. His life mattered. His service mattered. His family's grief matters. They deserved better than to have his death turned into a hot take debate. Up next, you have Kyron Lacey.
Motherfucker. I see what you just did there, too. I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here, man. Rest in peace to the old man. Rest in peace to Kyron Lacey. Let's not make this a first place, second place, who deserves. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about, it's 2 lives lost. It ain't about first place, second place. Like, don't do that, man. That's weak.
Whatever the legal truth of his culpability, a young man took his life. He was 24 years old with his whole life ahead of him. That's a tragedy regardless of guilt or innocence, and his memory deserved better than to be used as a vehicle for rushed, incomplete reporting. Of course, we have to mention Kyron Lacey's family. Imagine having to grieve your son, and then watching national media personalities declare him innocent based on incomplete information, giving you hope that maybe he wasn't responsible, only to have that hope crushed 24 hours later when more evidence comes out. That's cruel even if it wasn't intentional. And we wouldn't be able to make a complete video if we didn't discuss the Louisiana State Police officers. They were accused on national television of coercion, evidence tampering, and witness manipulation. Those are career-destroying, potentially criminal allegations, and they were made without verification, without reaching out for comment, without any attempt to get the other side of the story. All available evidence suggests they conducted a thorough investigation with extensive video evidence and witness testimony.
We know whose side he on. We know whose side you on. Okay, I get what's going on here. Oh, we got baited, y'all. We got baited.
Deserved better than to be publicly accused of crimes without any proof. And finally, you can even say that the public was a victim of all this. We as viewers and sports fans deserve accurate information. We deserve media that takes the time to verify before making bold claims. We deserve better than being told something is definitively true on Monday, only to find out on Thursday that it wasn't true at all. Look, I'm not here to pile on Ryan Clark unnecessarily. The man apologized. Pat McAfee apologized. Scott Van Pelt apologized. They own their mistakes, and that counts for something. But apologies don't fix the damage. Herman Hall's family still has to read about their loved one's death being debated on social media. Louisiana State Police officers still had their integrity questioned nationally.
What about Kyron Lacey's family? How the fuck you skip that and go to the police? How you go from Herman Hall, recipes Herman Hall, to the police? What about Kyron Lacey's family, man? What the fuck are you? Well, this is very one-sided, y'all. He got us with this, but we're gonna finish it because we're here now.
And the next time ESPN makes a bold claim about a breaking story, viewers are going to remember that they got this one really, really wrong. Kyron Lacey's situation is tragic on every level. 2 lives lost, families grieving, a career that never got to happen. And in the middle of that tragedy, ESPN made it worse by rushing to judgment, making unfounded accusations, and treating a defense attorney's video as the definitive truth without doing basic verification. And here's the thing about Ryan Clark specifically. This is his 3rd major apology in 5 months. May 2025 with RG3, September 2025 with Peter Schrager, and October 2025 with Kyron Lacey. At what point does a pattern become a problem that requires more than apologies? This should be a wake-up call not just for ESPN, but for sports media as a whole. In the race to be first, you have to have the hottest take to generate the most engagement. But we cannot forget basic journalism. It's important to verify before you publish. Get all the sides of the story, understand the legal nuances before making declarations, be aware of your biases and conflicts, wait for complete information before accusing people of crimes, and when dealing with serious matters, criminal charges, loss of life, people's reputations, treat it with the gravity it deserves. Because these aren't just stories, these aren't just content opportunities, these are real people's lives. Herman Hall's life mattered, Kyron Lacey's life mattered, their family's grief matters, and they all deserved better than what sports media gave them. ESPN got this one wrong. The question is, will they learn from it, or will we be back here in a few months talking about another rushed judgment and another apology? Based on the pattern we've seen over the past 5 months, 3 apologies from the same person about 3 different incidents, I'm not overly optimistic, but I hope I'm wrong. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I hope we could have a respectful debate about it in the comment section. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike.
Man, okay. All right, I see what's going on here. All right, shout out to Mike, man. Shout out to Mike. I get your take, bro, but we definitely know what side you on. We get it. We get it. You hate Ryan Clark, but you didn't put no emphasis on Pat McAfee whatsoever. You didn't even go in. All you said was he apologized and moved on. But for some reason with Ryan Clark, you just stayed on him for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? What's going on? Do you want that man's spot? Did it trigger you when he said somebody who, didn't play the sport? Because maybe you didn't play the sport. So you got offended by that. And you probably, because you started naming all the peoples on ESPN who didn't play football. Maybe you're one of those guys too, so you're standing up for your kind. And I get it. You know what I mean? But to use this as, you know, hey man, listen, it's your content, bro. We just reacting to it. I ain't gonna complain about it. We reacted to it. It is what it is. I'm just giving you my feedback, my reaction. You definitely made this about Pat McAfee. I definitely wanted it to be more about Kyron Lacey and, you know, the wrongdoing and the story. Like, you didn't even show the police body cam. You didn't show none of that. You left that out the video. That's very important because they have the officer telling the person what to write down. And when the report came out, it was word for word what the officer said to say. That is documented. You can go look that up. Why you didn't put that in the story? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of vital parts that you left out, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you know, rest in peace to everybody whose lives was lost in this. Condolences to everybody's families. And let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Go to the comment section right now. Let me know who was right, who was wrong, who should be held accountable. Should Kyron Lacey, should he have been held accountable? Should the police be held accountable for Kyron Lacey taking his life? Let me know what y'all think, man. This is an ongoing debate online. I want to hear y'all takes on it. Let me know in the comment section right now. I'm going to give y'all 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction. All right. Yeah, that's a wild one going on right now, y'all. That's a wild one going on right now. It's definitely about to go tit for tat. You know, who was right, who was wrong for sure. You know, the lawyer has his takes. He got his footage, the police, and they're going to go against him with their takes and their footage. And, you know, should these motherfuckers wait before making a judgment? I feel like, yes, you should, if you're going to take back your stance on it, or you're going to apologize. If you don't 100% confidently feel like what I'm saying is where I stand, regardless of what comes up after this, after I say it, don't say it at all. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Because you can't say here, oh, this is my boy, you know, da-da-da-da-da, and I stand with him, and he's been falsely, and you say that on a large platform like ESPN, it's going to look crazy when 48 hours you backtrack it. You know what I mean? Your shit ain't going to be credible no more moving forward. Because they're going to be like, oh, he don't even do his research. He don't know what he's talking about. So you should have just stood on it and took all the backlash that comes with it. Fuck it. You should have stood on it, man. Fuck it. But, you know, Ryan Clark, if you start to build that, you know, reputation where this is your thing, where you say shit and then you apologize, which you did 3 times in this video, you're going to start looking like a clown, man. You're going to start looking funny in the light to the people. And once you start looking funny in the light, it's kind of hard to bounce back from that, bro, my brother. So, you know, that's on him, though. All right, so let's keep this moving, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We up in this motherfucker ABP Reactions Live, the livest reaction channel, going crazy. And make sure y'all check out the Discord, man. Go to the Discord, Ace Pit Discord. It's at the bottom in the description. The link, you go in there, you go to the tab where it says entertainment, where it says reaction, and you could drop any reaction video you want me to react to. When I go live, these are videos that the Ace Pit sends to me that y'all want me to react to. And then I'm going to have my own personal ones that is going to be on members only. If you want to sub up to the members only, I'm going to be adding emotes and shit this week. Some more videos that I film offline, shit like that, and they'll stay over there. And y'all can check those out, man. But these are videos y'all want me to react to, so we're going to do it live. I'm going to try to go live at least 7. I'm going to try to go live 7 days a week, y'all. I'm going to try to go live 7 days a week for the next 100 days. But, you know, unless family emergency or something like that, or I'm out of town. But other than that, we in this thing. We're going to keep this shit rocking. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Shout out Steezy623. Shout out Billy Mack. Shout out Easy Money. I see you. Shout out Spider-Man. I see you. Sexy Nate. What's going on? Trayline Deuce. Ali Kramer, 1999. What's going on, man? I see y'all in the chat doing y'all thing. Make sure y'all engaging. Make sure y'all smashing the like, y'all. Smashing the like. You know, take 2 seconds, smash the like. Get this motherfuckers going through the algorithm, man. We gonna keep this shit going, man. As long as y'all fucking with it, you know what I'm saying? We gonna build this bitch up. MJG, what it do? Aces in the chat. King Carter, what's happening? Dom on your dime, what's going on? Dom on your dime, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Kicksiders in the building. Westside LaRon, Moss in this motherfucker. Free Dogface. Hold on. Where Dogface at? He done got zapped by Spider-Man over. Hold on, I gotta look into that, man. Hey, but shout out, man. We keep all the messiness off the show, man. This is all about reactions right here, y'all. Not about the drama. Just reactions over here, man. We save the drama for when I'm on Kick or when I'm on the other YouTube channel, all right? He's all about reactions right here, and everybody who come to watch this and have a good time, man. And, get you through your work day, get you through your night, your morning, whatever it is. That's what we're doing with this show right here, man. So let's keep watching. Let's keep going. Next one we're going to get into is Derrick Groves, the inmate who escaped Louisiana. 5 months. You know what I mean? He was recently caught. So let's get into it. Let's find out what, why, who, how, all the details, man. What's going on? All right, let's hold on. Let's back this up. Let's go. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. And this one, hold on, Gus. I just looked at this fucking thumbnail right here. That's this nigga right here. He a lady, cuh. That's fucking hilarious. If that's really him, that's crazy. All right, let's get back to it. Hold on. Let me start over this. All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. And this one is called How Derrick Groves Escaped Louisiana Jail and Vanished for 5 months. Dang. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we are inside the home where police found Derrick Groves holed up here, that convicted murderer who escaped from New Orleans prisons, that is. Look
Golly.
at how much damage there is to this home.
He was sleeping in that?
Everywhere I looked here, there is all these bubblegum wrappers and candy wrappers and all kinds of stuff. It's just weird. This one is called etouffee blunt trauma.
What?
Interesting what was going on here, but there is damage all over this home. But if you go downstairs, let me take a walk downstairs here, and this is where police found Groves hiding out.
No, it gotta look like that because police tore the house up. Like, I don't know. You know, police, when they raid your house, they unnecessarily tear everything up.
Here, in a crawl space. I mean, this area is just a mess as well, but they found him in the crawl space right here. He was hiding out. I don't know how he managed to stay here because they threw those gas canisters in. This is one of those gas canisters. And we're even having trouble in here right now. This is 2 days later. We're still smelling that gas, and I had to step outside to clear my throat and stop coughing. But this house is a complete mess. The owner says he needs help getting it cleaned up. He hasn't heard from police about repairing all the damage to his home. I'm starting to feel that gas again, so.
Why this nigga got gum all over the house, bro? What is that about?
It's not that simple. But once again, this is where they knocked out that front window, knocked out that front door.
Damn, they tore that door down.
Over in the garage area.
Sheesh.
That ram came and knocked out the garage. Just a complete mess. The homeowner says.
Wait. Is that too much? They knocked out the front window, they knocked out the front door, and knocked out the garage. Why did they need to do all that?
Why him? Why him? He said if he had no luck, he'd have bad luck, or have no luck. But anyway, this is the home.
Derrick Groves, a 28-year-old convicted double murderer who would remain free for nearly 5 months, moving like a ghost through the American South while authorities desperately hunted him. But this wasn't just a story about a daring escape. This was about a violent past catching up with the present, about systemic failures that made the impossible seem easy, and about how a man's desperation for freedom would ultimately be undone by the very relationships he thought would save him. But before we dive deeper into this incredible story, if you're fascinated by true crime cases that reveal the shocking realities of our justice system, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Crime Lab Report, and click the bell icon so you never miss when we break down cases like this one. Trust me, you'll want to stay updated on stories that show just how thin the line between captivity and freedom really is.
You know, that nigga 9 times Gucci gang. You know what I'm saying? You are my real nigga. Gang. You hear me?
To understand how Derrick Groves became one of Louisiana's most wanted fugitives, you have to go back to Mardi Gras Day in 2018. New Orleans was alive with celebration. The streets packed with revelers in colorful costumes, music pouring from every corner.
What the fuck? That's Vegas. I ain't New Orleans.
But in the lower 9th Ward, a neighborhood still bearing scars from Hurricane Katrina's devastation years earlier, a different kind of chaos was about to erupt. On St. Claude Avenue, a house party was in full swing when suddenly the crack of gunfire shattered the festive atmosphere. Witnesses would later describe seeing multiple gunmen opening fire with AK-47 style assault rifles, spraying bullets indiscriminately into the crowd of partygoers.
Damn.
When the smoke cleared and the screaming subsided,
Wow.
2 young men lay dead. Jamar Robinson and Byron Jackson, both with their whole lives ahead of them, became statistics in a city already drowning in gun violence. 3 others were wounded, their bodies torn by high-velocity rounds that were never meant to miss. This wasn't a random act of violence or a robbery gone wrong. Investigators would later discover that this massacre was directly connected to the deadly heroin trade that had gripped New Orleans streets, a business dispute settled not in boardrooms but with automatic weapons and innocent blood. Derek Groves wasn't unknown to law enforcement. His criminal record stretched back to 2014 when, at just 17 years old, he had been charged with attempted second-degree murder.
Damn.
That case ended with a not guilty verdict, giving the teenager a second chance that many in his position never received. But
wow.
Whatever intervention might have redirected his path never came. Instead, Groves continued down a road that would lead him to that Mardi Gras massacre 4 years later.
Damn, so he beat a murder and then 4 years later got caught for a murder. Damn.
Standing among the shooters who decided that 2 lives were worth less than whatever drug territory or respect they thought they were protecting. The investigation into the Mardi Gras shooting moved quickly, but bringing the case to justice would prove to be anything but simple. Detectives of the New Orleans Police Department worked tirelessly, canvassing the neighborhood, interviewing witnesses who were understandably terrified of retaliation, and piecing together the events of that bloody day. The evidence pointed clearly to Derek Groves and his co-defendant Kendall Barnes as 2 of the shooters who had unleashed that torrent of gunfire into the crowded party. By October 2019, prosecutors felt confident enough to bring the case to trial, presenting their evidence to a jury that would decide the fate of these young men. That first trial ended with convictions. The jury voted 10-2 to find both Groves and Barnes guilty of second-degree murder, and it seemed like justice had finally been served for Jamar Robinson and Byron Jackson. Their families could begin the impossible task of finding closure, knowing that the men who had stolen their loved ones would spend the rest of their lives behind bars. But our criminal justice system has layers of appeals and procedural safeguards, and those convictions wouldn't stand.
Wow.
The verdicts were overturned on appeal, sending the case back to square one and forcing prosecutors to start over.
Damn. What the hell? That's crazy.
Now imagine being the families of those victims, thinking you finally reached the end of this nightmare, only to be told you have to relive it all over again. The next attempt to retry the case resulted in mistrials.
Wow.
With juries unable to reach unanimous decisions. Each mistrial meant more delays, more uncertainty, more trauma for everyone involved. But prosecutors refused to give up.
I see why that nigga wanted to get out of jail. He like, shit, nigga, I done beat the case twice. Get me the fuck up out of here. I can see why the nigga wanted to escape. Y'all over here teasing a nigga. You know what I mean? Mistrial, overturn. He like, shit, he thinking he going home. He probably so fed up. He like, fuck it, I'll break out this bitch. And that's what he did.
In October 2024, they brought the case to trial yet again. And this time the outcome stuck. Derek Groves was convicted on all counts. 2 counts of second-degree murder for Robinson and Jackson.
Damn.
And 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder for survivors. The mandatory sentence for these convictions was life in prison without the possibility of parole. At 28 years old, Groves was facing the reality that he would die behind bars. While he awaited formal sentencing, Groves was held at the Orleans Parish Justice Center, a facility that had been plagued by problems for years. Former inmates and watchdog groups had repeatedly raised concerns about deteriorating infrastructure, understaffing, and security vulnerabilities. But nobody could have predicted just how catastrophic those failures would become. Behind the scenes, Groves wasn't sitting idle accepting his fate. He was communicating with someone on the outside who had intimate knowledge of the jail's inner workings, someone who had once worked there herself. Her name was Dariana Burton, Groves' on-again, off-again girlfriend of 3 years. Burton had been employed by the sheriff's office from August 2022 until March 2023.
Well. He had a plug. He was nailing the plug. Yeah, baby. Tell me how this shit working here. Where can I get? Oh, yeah, we going to put it all together. We going to put it together like weather. Make it make sense. I could see, listen, y'all, just going back here and now that he had 2 separate cases where it was mistrials and all that. Yeah, he probably like, nigga, shit, I'm about this bitch, nigga. You know how niggas are. They ready to claim, I beat a body. He probably had that in his head. Nigga, I'm going home. I'm getting a date. Never got a date. You going back to trial, my boy. Back to trial again. Oh, motherfucker. Mistrial. Oh, yeah, I'm getting up out of here. I'm getting a date. Watch. I'm getting a date. Then you go back again. Guilty. Life. Damn. Life? Oh, hell no. Nigga, like, what? How the fuck do I get out this motherfucker? And just so happened, he has the bitch he nailing. She knows how to get out. But what the fuck are you doing going to Atlanta? Like, why would you break out of jail as a black man and go to Atlanta where they know all the black people at? What are you doing, man?
Giving her a month of access to observe security protocols, shift changes, and the facility's physical layout. She was eventually fired for bringing contraband into jail, though remarkably she faced no criminal charges at that time. That decision not to prosecute would soon look like a massive mistake. Through SmartCon, an internet-based messaging and video call system that inmates could access via facility-issued iPads, Burton and Groves maintained constant communication.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. This the girlfriend, cuz? Okay. Oh, my God. I was not expecting her to look like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. What the fuck?
They exchanged messages and video calls, and investigators would later believe that these conversations involved planning something that seemed almost impossible, a mass escape from a modern detention facility. The early morning hours of May 16th, 2025, were quiet at the Orleans Parish Justice Center. Most of the facility was asleep, and the skeleton crew of overnight guards was stretched thin across the massive complex. One guard in particular was taking a meal break, leaving an entire section of the jail temporarily unmonitored. This was the moment Derek Groves and 9 other inmates had been waiting for. What happened next would expose security failures so egregious that they seemed almost deliberately orchestrated. The inmates first forced open a faulty cell door that should have been secure, but gave way with relative ease. Once out of their cell, they moved quickly to execute a plan that required both knowledge and preparation. They grabbed the toilet and sink unit in the cell and physically ripped it from the wall, exposing a rectangular hole behind it that was used for connecting pipes. This hole should have been completely secured with metal bars running both horizontally and vertically, creating an impenetrable barrier. But when the inmates examined it, they discovered something shocking. The horizontal bars that should have been in the top half of the opening were simply missing. Whether they had been removed previously, had rusted away and never been replaced, or had been deliberately cut is something that still raises questions today.
Yeah. Nigga, please. Somebody else was in on this shit. We ain't stupid. Somebody else was in on it. All of a sudden, something that could prevent people from breaking out and escaping bars, they're gone. Mysteriously gone, and we don't know why or how. Out of jail.
But here's where it gets even more disturbing. The inmates didn't just stumble upon this vulnerability by accident. A maintenance worker named Sterling Williams had allegedly cut off the water supply to that section, making it possible for the inmates to remove the toilet without flooding the area. Williams would later claim that an inmate had threatened to shank him, suggesting he helped under duress. But authorities weren't buying it. They arrested Williams and charged him with 10 counts of principal to simple escape and 1 count of malfeasance in office. His bond was set at a staggering $1.1 million, reflecting how seriously the court took his alleged role in this disaster. With the toilet removed and the hole exposed, all 10 inmates squeezed to the opening one by one. They then did something that showed just how confident they were in their plan. They carefully placed the toilet back on the wall, concealing the hole and buying themselves precious hours before anyone would notice they were gone. But they couldn't resist leaving their mark. Above the hole, they scrawled those taunting messages that would later infuriate authorities and the public alike. To easy LOL, and we innocent weren't just graffiti. They were a middle finger to the entire system. A declaration that the facility's security was a joke. Once outside the cell block, the escapees scaled a fence and crossed an interstate highway, scattering into the darkness like roaches when the lights come on.
Scaled a fence. This shit sound like it's easy to get up out of that jail.
It wasn't until Friday morning during the routine head count that guards finally realized what happened. By then, the inmates had a head start of several hours, enough time to get far away or find places to hide. For other jail employees were immediately suspended as the investigation began, suggesting that the security breakdown went far beyond just one maintenance worker and one absent guard. This was a systemic failure of epic proportions. The manhunt that followed was intense and immediate. Most of the 10 escapees were captured within days, picked up in the greater New Orleans area before they could get too far.
Nowhere to go.
But Derrick Groves seemed to vanish into thin air. Prosecutors had described him as one of the most dangerous inmates in the facility, and now he was loose somewhere in America with nothing to lose. Authorities offered a $50,000 reward for information leading to his arrest, and tips began flooding in from across the region. Social media exploded with alleged sightings, some credible and many completely false.
Hey, what's the point of escaping a jail if you ain't got nowhere to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Oh, you just want to taste of freedom. All right, I hear that. But, well, if you a lifer, it's nothing to lose. If you got life, it's nothing to lose because, like, what's going to happen? They're going to catch me and put me back in jail for life. I'm already in here for life. So, fuck it. I might as well shoot my shot. I get that point. But one of the cases I heard that one of the guys that escaped only had like 5 months left in jail. One of the guys who got caught, he escaped. He only had 5 months left in jail. Like, bro, you could have just set that out because you got caught a couple days later when you escaped, and they're going to add on 5 years, 6 years or something to your shit now. You was almost out. Like, why leave? If you're a lifer, I get it. But I'm talking about, niggas like that who got 5 months left.
Viral posts claim people had spotted Groves working as a cashier in various stores, supposedly disguised and hiding in plain sight. These rumors spread like wildfire, but none of them were ever confirmed by law enforcement. What we do know is that Groves made his way to Atlanta, Georgia, hundreds of miles from New Orleans. For nearly 5 months, he managed to stay hidden while living in the shadows of a major American city. Think about that for a moment. In our age of surveillance cameras, facial recognition technology, and digital footprints everywhere, this man stayed free for almost half a year. He obviously had help, and investigators were determined to find everyone who had aided him. Dariana Burton was arrested first on June 9, 2025, on Peter Street in New Orleans. The arrest affidavit revealed those SmartCon communications between her and Groves, and prosecutors charged her with conspiracy to commit simple escape. Her bond was set at $2.5 million.
$2.5.
And she has remained in custody ever since.
$2.5 million.
Here's where the story takes an ironic twist that you just can't make up. The tip that finally led to Groves' capture in October came from a girlfriend, and social media immediately assumed it was Burton who had turned him in. The internet ran wild with theories about a scorned woman getting her revenge. Except there was one problem with that narrative. Burton had been locked up in jail for 4 months by the time Groves was captured. She couldn't have made that call to Crime Stoppers, even if she wanted to. The reality is that Groves apparently had another girlfriend in Atlanta, and after an argument between them, she decided his $50,000 bounty was worth more than whatever relationship they had.
Whoa.
That anonymous tip led U.S. Marshals and Atlanta police directly to a house near the corner of Campbellton Road and Honeysuckle Lane.
Wait, did she call? Is that what he's saying? Damn. His girlfriend called for the 50? Get this nigga up out of here, hoe ass nigga. Give me that 50K. 50K. Hey, right now, ladies, all right, fellas, whoever. Fellas, you got a girl, broke out of jail 5 months. She's all over the news. Ladies, you got a man, broke out of jail 5 months. He's all over the news. You know what I mean? Everything's going cool. Ducked off at your crib. Whole nother state. And then this motherfucker want to get at you sideways. You know what I mean? Want to get at you sideways. All fully out of pocket. You know what I mean? Probably cheating on you or something. You done found out this motherfucker over here housed up in my shit cheating on me. Are you calling for the 50? Or are you going to keep it player and put him out the house, put her out the house? What you going to do? You calling for the 50?
In southwest Atlanta, on the morning of October 8th, 2025, law enforcement surrounded the residence. What followed was a tense standoff that lasted nearly 3 hours. Groves wasn't going to make this easy. The Atlanta Police Department's SWAT team had to deploy gas into the house multiple times, trying to flush him out from wherever he was hiding. Officers searched room by room, but Groves had found the perfect hiding spot. Finally, a Clayton County Police K-9 unit was brought in, and the dog tracked him to a crawl space beneath the house. There, curled up in the darkness, was Derek Groves. The 5-month run was over when authorities arrested Groves in that crawl space. They also discovered 15 pounds of marijuana.
Damn, my boy, what? 15 pounds? Oh, my nigga was out here getting to it. Oh, y'all thought he was just out on jail and just being a bum. Y'all thought he was being a brokey. My nigga got 15 pounds, nigga. He out here getting to the money. Oh, that's why he wanted to get out of jail. I gotta get back to it. He like, I gotta get back to the chili, nigga. I know I'm out here, nigga, I'm all over TV, I'm all over the news, but I don't give a fuck, nigga. I got them pounds for sale. Holla at me. Nigga, that nigga thirsty.
A pistol and a rifle magazine in the house. It remains unclear whether Groves knew the homeowner or how long he had been staying at that location, but the presence of weapons and drugs suggested he may have been involved in illegal activities even while on the run. 2 days later, on October 10th, 2025, Groves appeared in magistrate court in Fulton County at 10 in the morning, wearing jail-issued clothing and flanked by guards. He stood before the judge for his extradition hearing. In a moment that surprised some observers, Groves waived his right to fight extradition, telling the judge he wanted to return from where he was from. By making this decision, he gave Louisiana authorities 15 business days to transport him back to face justice. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill issued a strong statement following the hearing, saying she would ensure Groves was prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Right.
She added that his escape represented a serious breach of public safety and a historic failure of custodial security, but that his capture brought long-awaited calm to the victims' families. Groves was quickly transported back to Louisiana, where he now
So what happens now?
faces not only the mandatory life sentence without parole for his double murder conviction, but also additional felony charges related to his escape from custody.
And so, do we have Derek Groves? Yeah, he's right here. If you could come up, sir. I'm right here. Have a seat, if you don't mind. Good morning.
This one or the green one?
So, sir, I'm Judge Wolf. This is your extradition. I want to go over your rights so you can decide whether you want to waive extradition or not. You're wanted out of the state of Louisiana for aggravated escape.
Hold on, that's what I was thinking, y'all. Hold on. I just realized something. I'm like, damn, my boy got to go back to jail. He was out here getting it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all notice what they said they found? They found guns. They found loaded this, loaded that, shell casings, all that. They found 15 pounds of marijuana, but they didn't find no money. Where is this nigga Chili? They done stole this man's Chili, bro. They didn't even mention they found his money, bro. Cause it got to be some money in there too. Y'all done stole this man money. Now y'all done took him to jail, took all this shit. Y'all cold. These motherfuckers cold.
I'm going to explain to you first what happens if you decide to have an extradition hearing, then what will happen if you decide not to have one. So you have the right to an extradition hearing if you choose. You have the right to hire an attorney to prepare for and conduct that hearing. If that's your choice, I will postpone the hearing for a reasonable time, 60 to 90 days, for you to obtain counsel. The law does not give you the right to a public defender or appointed attorney for purposes of extradition. If you choose to have the hearing, I will reset your case 60 to 90 days to allow your attorney to prepare for the hearing. At the hearing, there'll be 3 issues. Are you the person named in the warrant? Did the governor of Louisiana sign the warrant? And what you're charged with in Louisiana.
That nigga had life already anyway.
I cannot consider your guilt, innocence, the merits of the case, or evidence connected with the underlying case. If after the hearing I determine that the requesting state, Louisiana, has met its burden of showing those 3 things, then they would have approximately 15 business days to pick you up. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you. If after the hearing I were to find that Louisiana failed to prove those 3 things, then you would be released. You also have the right to waive or not have that extradition hearing if you choose. If you waive your hearing, then Louisiana has approximately 15 business days from today to come get you. If they don't, then you'd be brought back before me and I would consider releasing you. However, you may be held up to 30 days before being released. Regardless whether you're released in Georgia, you are subject to arrest again at any time as long as this Louisiana warrant remains active.
Man.
So even if you are released, you may wish to consider returning to Louisiana to have the matter resolved.
I'm telling you right now, all that's going through this nigga head right now is how the fuck am I finna escape again? Because, nigga, I already had life, and now you're telling me I got life with no this, no that, and this and that. Man, I don't hear it. Hey, listen, that's cool. Walk me through all that. Put me back where you gotta put me. I'm over here working on my motherfucking escape plan in my head. I guarantee you, he don't give a fuck what you talking about. That nigga just got to experience life again for 5 months, bruh. He was, nigga, hanging out. He getting money. He getting chilly. He got 15 pounds, guns. The house look like a nice house. Now, the inside look like crap, but the outside look like a nice house. Nigga, that's pretty good for a nigga who escaped for 5 months. God damn, he was doing it up.
Also, the media is here. I want to let you know they filed the appropriate paperwork. It's called Rule 11, and that was signed by one of our judges, our chief judge, and so they are here as well. You also have the right to remain silent. So let me just ask, though, do you have any questions about your extradition rights? No. And do you want to challenge extradition, or do you want to return to Louisiana?
I want to return where I'm from.
You want to go back to Louisiana?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do find you freely, voluntarily, and knowingly are waiving your extradition rights. I'm going to sign the paperwork, and that's all we're going to do here today. Thank you, sir.
That nigga about to go back to jail with hella stories, nigga. He about to tell his homies hella stories in jail. Nigga, I was out here fucking bitches, nigga. I was out there, da-da-da-da-da.
Okay. And in terms of anybody who has an interest in the Groves matter, that's all we're going to do for today.
Sheriff Williams made it clear during press briefings that there would be a thorough investigation into everyone who helped Groves along the way, in whatever parish, in whatever county that assistance came from. The ripple effects of this case continue to spread.
Why they keep using this picture right here?
9 people in total were charged in connection with the massive jailbreak, including Sterling Williams, the maintenance worker, and Dariana Burton. The Orleans Parish Justice Center has faced intense scrutiny over its security failures, with calls for complete overhauls of infrastructure, staffing, and oversight procedures. How does a modern detention facility allow 10 convicted criminals to simply walk out through a hole in the wall?
Yeah, that is crazy.
The answers point to years of neglect, inadequate funding, poor maintenance, and a culture where warning signs were repeatedly ignored until catastrophe struck. For the families of Jamar Robinson and Byron Jackson, this case has been an endless nightmare spanning over 7 years. They watched their loved ones murdered on what should have been a day of celebration. They endured multiple trials, mistrials, and appeals. They finally got a conviction in October 2024, only to learn 6 months later that the man responsible had escaped from jail and was roaming free. Now, with Groves back in custody and facing life imprisonment, perhaps they can finally begin to heal. But the scars left by this case run deep, not just for families, but for an entire community that watched their justice system fail at nearly every level. Derek Groves sits in a Louisiana jail cell today. His brief taste of freedom now, just a memory. At 28 years old, he will spend the rest of his life behind bars.
I wonder what this nigga was doing while he was out. I wonder if they could get like a storyline from this nigga and somebody do a video on that. Like, what was you doing for 5 months as an escapee of a prison all over national TV? What was you doing for 5 months, bruh? Like, what was your life like? People will watch that shit. I would watch it. I would want to know what for 5 months, my face plastered all over national TV. This is a high profile situation. Everybody's talking about this shit. And you're like the last one left. So they keep talking about you. They're doing countdown how many days you've been out. They're doing, and you're just in Atlanta living life. What the fuck was you doing for 5 months? We got to figure that out.
Dying in prison for decisions he made on that violent Mardi Gras day in 2018. His escape and eventual capture exposed catastrophic failures in our correctional system and raised uncomfortable questions about how many other facilities are one maintenance worker and one missing guard away from similar disasters. So let me ask you this. What drives someone who's already facing life in prison to risk everything for a few months of freedom? Was it desperation, denial, or simply the human instinct to flee captivity at any cost? And what about the people who helped him, who threw away their own futures to give a convicted killer a head start? Were they motivated by love, money, fear, or something else entirely? Think about Dariana Burton, who used her insider knowledge to help...
Hold on. My nigga got to ride on a private jet? That's the private jet Rich Trapper was talking about. That's your private jet right there, bro. The police jet.
Orchestrate this escape. What possesses someone to betray their professional duty and endanger public safety for a romantic relationship? These are the questions that keep me up at night, and I want to hear what you think in the comment below. If this case showed you just how fragile our justice system can be, make sure you subscribe to Crime Lab Report and hit that notification bell.
Damn. All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Questions that keep me up at night, and I want to hear what you think in the comment below.
All right, y'all. That's a crazy one, man. This is an interesting one because now they're talking about they're going to go back and track down everybody who helped them along the way, and they're going to get time. So imagine, like, shit, all the people who probably nervous right now. Because being out for 5 months, being an escapee, coming from Louisiana to Atlanta, like, how the fuck did you even get here? You know what I'm saying? With your face being all over the fucking news and everywhere, like, you had to be in somebody's trunk and get driven back over there to Atlanta. Like, you know what I mean? And then you're 5 months, you're moving around the city, or where are you and what are you doing and how are you staying out the way for 5 months? And you got a haircut. Who cut your hair, brother? I saw that in the chat too. Where's your barber? Imagine what the barber feeling like right now. The nigga who cut his hair. Like, oh shit, god damn. They gonna come get the barber just for giving the nigga a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me know what y'all think about this one, man. What y'all think about that Louisiana prison? Do y'all think, they were in on it? Even though we found out the janitor, do you think it was more people that was in on that? 10 people escaping a prison. 10 people. That's a lot of people. And it sounded like it was easy to do. Just go through the wall where the sink was and hop a gate. And the bars that was supposed to stop something wasn't there. It sounds like an inside job. And they got away. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. Was this an inside job? What y'all think about Derrick Groves, man? What should happen to him? Like, I mean, shit, he got life in prison. Like, do y'all think he's just going to go back and be cool? I think he's going to try to escape again, me personally. I think he's going to try it again. The question is, will they be ready this time? Will they be ready this time? Did they make any improvements since he last escaped? Because he said he wants to go back to where he came from. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Smash the like. I'll give y'all 2 seconds. And as always, get ready for the next reaction. All right, y'all. That was a good one. 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 All right, cool. Let's keep this shit rocking, man. Shit don't stop. We 2 for 2 right now. Now let's get to this one, man. This is a hot topic going on right now in the Midwest and the South. Shout out to everybody from the Midwest watching right now. Shout out to everybody from the South. If you're from the South right now, drop what motherfucking city you represent in the chat. If you're from the Midwest, drop what city you represent in the chat right now. Midwest versus the South. The crunk. Who started crunk music? Who started crunk music? Midwest or the South? Memphis or Atlanta? Who started crunk music? That's a big debate going on right now. And in this situation, the two faces of the shit, they got together and they hashed it out live on camera, on IG Live. Who started crunk? Let's watch it, y'all. Hold on, let's watch it. Let's see something. Let's cut this music out real quick. Hold on. All right, Cool, let's get it, y'all. Shout out. Let's see what we got in this motherfucker. We got South for sure. Richmond, Virginia in the building. Chicago, Charlotte, North Carolina, Houston, Texas, Memphis, big Memphis, nigga. Oh, Memphis is the South? Oh, shit. I thought Memphis was the Midwest. Shit, my bad. I thought Memphis was considered the Midwest. Y'all, they consider that the South? Okay, well, shit, my bad. Shit, I don't, listen, man, I don't be in Memphis. I thought it was all one thing. I won't just eat it cold, man. Well, South versus the South. Shit, nigga. Memphis versus goddamn Atlanta, nigga. Who started crunk? Man? I don't know why I thought Memphis was the Midwest, cuz. I don't know why. Oh, you know what? I'm probably thinking Milwaukee. I'm probably like thinking Milwaukee or some shit. All right, my bad. All right, apologies to Memphis, man. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, you know. All right, shout out. Okay, so this is a big South debate right now. Where did crunk come from, y'all? Let's get it. All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions, and this one is the face-off of the South. Where did crunk come from? DJ Paul, Little John, they go live to clear the air and debate it live. Let's see.
Yo. There he is. How you doing, man?
Nigga, we got the internet on fire right now.
Yeah, I know it. It's crazy. this thing going on for 100 years, though.
I know, nigga. Like, this shit hit TMZ. You know, TMZ put a story up about this shit.
Sheesh.
Really?
It's going viral.
TMZ got
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So, I just want to hit you so me and you could talk in front of the whole goddamn world, and they can understand what the fuck really going on and hear
there we go.
Full context.
Player shit.
Because I think people are like my Breakfast Club interview, Memphis niggas is crazy. I'm gonna just say that. Memphis niggas is crazy. They on the internet going fucking crazy. They missed a lot of
Memphis crazy.
Yeah, I know. They missed a lot of the context of what I was saying. So I'm gonna start, in case you didn't see the whole interview. They asked me how did crunk, like the origins of crunk or some shit like that.
Yeah, I saw that part.
But I started when I think I had maybe talked before this about bass music. I said Atlanta was all about bass. And here's what I was trying to say in the whole my definition. I was trying to let people know where the origins of the energy of what helped to change the culture in the city to develop into what turned into crunk. So it started with bass music, as we know. And all I was saying, I didn't never say Master P started crunk. I said Master P basically changed the fucking energy of the South.
All right. Right now, I want to know, before we even get deep into this, I just want to know y'all take. Where do you think crunk music, who started? Atlanta or Memphis? Let me know. Atlanta or Memphis? In your opinion, before we get to the bottom of it, because these are the creators of it right here, before we let them get to the bottom of it and come to agreement, what is your take? I hear what you're saying, Lil Jon, but it came from Memphis. Or I hear what you're saying, DJ Paul, but it came from Atlanta. Let me know in the chat right now.
Because when Master P came, I was DJing. Remember the 559 in Atlanta?
Yeah, of course.
I used to DJ at the 559. It was all bass music. And I remember when Master P came out, when that Bout It hit, it was no more bass music. Mm-hmm. It killed bass music. It was done. And all I was trying to say was that was when, from my recollection of Atlanta, because I don't live in Memphis, because that's what Memphis niggas is coming at me for. They was like, we've been crunks and this came out and this. I was like, I'm thinking, I wasn't in Memphis, nigga. We didn't know Memphis records like that. We weren't really.
I mean,
in the
y'all knew Memphis records. Y'all knew Memphis records.
Club. In the club.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm not talking about niggas in the cars. Let's talk about what ran the culture of the nightclubs.
All right.
And I want to add this to everybody on the internet. If you wasn't 21 in the 90s, you can't get in this conversation.
Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, the whole thing started from kids.
Right. You're right, because we know what it is. We've been friends for 25 something years.
Yeah.
I always pay homage to 3-6 motherfucking Mafia. And the first motherfuckers I say is Ball and G, who was the godfathers of Memphis.
Shout out A-Ball and MJG. Shout out A-Ball and MJG, man. Legends in the game. Real legends in the game.
Yep, all the OGs in Atlanta always show love to Memphis and always talked about that. You know, like always talked about from Killer Mike. You know, I get Big Boy from Outkast. I can go for days. Niggas always like, man, 3 6 Mafia, that crunk. They always, gave us our credit, but it was like the kids didn't know it. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
That's why we have to get on and talk about it. And
but this is what people not realizing. A lot of people confused because they saying, who created crunk, this and that. And I was telling people, it's not even about the word crunk.
Right.
Memphis is not claiming that we was the first people to use crunk. We never used that. The overall, what the conversation was about is the style of music.
Right.
Like Jazzy Face said on the evolution of hip hop, the directional music,
directional music. That's what I can say. Tear the club up. Lil Jon them, Bia, all that type shit, 3 6 Mafia, tear the club up for sure. They gonna make you beat somebody ass, punch somebody in the face, shit like that. And I think that's what crunk, in my opinion, I think that's what crunk is. Like that turn you up music, nigga, that's gonna have you wilding out, going against the motherfucking rules of the club. You know what I mean? Flip a table, grab a chair and whip a nigga ass, stomp a nigga out, beat a nigga, you know what I mean? Like, that was crunk to me.
Hit a motherfucker, tear the club up, do this, do that. The music that hypnotized minds and made you destroy some shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what 3 6 Mafia came up with. Can we agree on that?
I give you that. And I'm gonna give
that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about crunk. Like, we wasn't the first people to say the word crunk. We were saying get up. We were saying,
and there you go. They the first one. He just said it. And Lil Jon said, I'll give you that. We the first ones come with that, nigga. Shit, we the ones telling motherfuckers what to do in the club and go against the system, nigga. They was. Like when 3 6 Mafia, a.k.a. 666 Mafia, when 666 Mafia came out, nigga, these niggas was the truth. You cannot deny the impact they had on this shit. And you know what I mean? They was like, nigga, these is underground. They're not even really mainstream like that, but they started making their way to the West Coast. Nigga, then they started getting like radio. Then they got like mainstream singles to go with that shit. When they started getting mainstream singles, that's when it was over. When they started coming with the sipping on some Scissor Herb and they started getting like mainstream hits, it was like, nigga, what? Crunchy Black in the videos, doing the juking, the dancing and all that shit. Legendary shit, bro. Legendary shit. Shout out DJ Paul. Rest in peace, Gangsta Boo.
That's what I said on the Breakfast Club. I said Memphis was getting bucked. And I even gave y'all further credit because I can't put y'all in that. Y'all have y'all own distinct shit. I was like, because he was like, well, what do you call 3 6? I was like, they distinct. They are in their own lane from what they created. And to even give them further more context to what you saying, I was talking about, like I'm talking about the clubs, right? The influence of the nightclubs, like I said, in Atlanta, Master P changed the energy. It, right? And then at the same time, we was like, we can go back to like lay it down. Niggas was tearing the club up to lay it down, and shit like that. And then when 3 6 Mafia, that's also what I was saying. When Tear the Club Up 97, that's when I remember really getting on 3 6. When it hit a motherfucker come out, it was around that time too.
97.
Yeah. See, that's when Atlanta got, for me, I remember, that's when we really was like, oh shit, these niggas is fucking crazy. And it changed the energy also and made people want to make music like that because you had the club. That's what people have to understand. When you own the club, you influence everybody else.
Yeah. So to speak on that, I get what you're saying now, because you're looking at it as, the aspect of you DJing in the clubs.
Yes.
But you got some other people like Killer Mike or whatever that speak on niggas in Atlanta in the streets. So the difference, well, I see what you're going with it. The difference is
and street niggas was playing this shit. 3 6 Mafia, all the street niggas was playing 3 6 Mafia. Them niggas was, hey, incredible. But I could get how people, like they said in the beginning, this debate was started by the younger generation, not the niggas in the 90s. They didn't start this debate. So I could see how the younger generation who jumped off the porch when Lil Jon era started, how they could be like, nigga, shit, we started this shit. Because they wasn't even around. They wasn't outside to know the impact 3 6 Mafia had. It was the same thing, though. It's the same impact. They started to beat the nigga up in the club music, punch a nigga in the face music. And it just so happened, it came back full circle the next following generation with Lil Jon. And it went at a crazy match. Because that, man, shit. Y'all remember the Bone Crusher? We Ain't Never Scared. Be a Beer. Nigga, even Lil Scrappy had some hard ass shit. Nigga, fucking, what's Sean Paul and them called? Young Bloods. All that shit was going crazy, nigga. Hey, what a time, man. What a fucking time. Sheesh. But come on, you can't take away from Memphis, man. Project Pat, motherfucking GOAT. Crunchy Black, Juicy J. You know what I'm saying? Gangsta Boo. You can't take away 8-Ball MJG. You can't take away from this shit, man.
in the streets, the Atlanta niggas heard all of the old 3 6 Mafia cassette tapes. Yeah. Like Tear the Club Up from 93, 94, when it was Just Paul and Lord Infamous, when it was a song about me talking about a situation I had got into it with. You know, it wasn't even about a club. It was about a fight. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. But, you know, like, so niggas in the streets of Atlanta heard that. Right. Now, what you talking about is when they got on vinyl, where you could play it in the club, and Herb and
y'all took over.
And y'all took Greg over Street and everybody started playing it on the radio. When
and when y'all was in Atlanta every month doing shows, because y'all was that fucking turned up. You had the streets, you had the club. Because crunk music, this is what everybody got to understand. Crunk music is club fucking music. It's music for the club.
Yeah.
I made my song Who You With in 1996. The reason we made that song is because we were getting crunk to everybody else. Master P, it was of course Ball and G, because that all of their albums came out and they was fucking going crazy. We weren't getting crunk to nothing, no Atlanta niggas. So we wanted to make a song for Atlanta niggas to get crunk. That came out. We recorded in 95.
This shit is funny because they all, at the end of the day, they all inspire each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes this debate funny. They all like, y'all all talking the same thing. Y'all all inspire each other. Y'all all grab something from each other. And it's motivating you to continue to make this style of music. You know what I mean? To an extent. So, you know, hearing these niggas say, 1997, Master P came with this, and in 97, I came with this, in 97, y'all came with this, it's basically saying y'all all inspired each other. Shit. Y'all grabbed inspiration from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's all great music. A lot of great music came from that goddamn era. We're not complaining. We don't give a fuck. Me personally, whoever want to, that whole title shit, crunk and all that. Man, listen, man, it's good music, man. And you know what I'm saying? I also got to shout out one of my favorite songs from the South, man. Pastor Troy, man. We ready. 1999. We ready. That shit's that nigga crunk.
Came out in 96 and it broke Freaknik 1996.
Yeah.
And that's how we started. It was just rowdy club music. It wasn't hitting the motherfucker yet.
Right.
We wasn't pushing this shit. We wasn't starting riots yet, like y'all.
It wasn't fight music.
Yeah.
It was party music.
That came later from influences from y'all.
Yeah.
It was just rowdy club music.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we can have this talk and let niggas know from both of our perspectives, and that niggas understand. I was speaking on Atlanta from what I know, and like you said, you get it now from the club. I was in the 559 DJ.
Yeah. I remember when you DJ'd at 559. I've been to 559 a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when you DJ'd that.
So, and I can't believe niggas was like, "Oh, he ain't showing Memphis love." I'm like, nigga, I literally shouted out.
Yeah,
Three,
what you know,
six,
what
and
what
Paul and
confused
G.
people? Yeah, what confused people, even myself, you know, before we had this talk, is when you said that we didn't hear about it till '97, and that was what everybody was talking about in the comments. They was like, no, it came out in '94, and it came out before this and before about it, or whatever. And see, that's what would have fixed everything.
Right.
Obviously, it was a lot to think about. You wasn't thinking like that,
Right.
you know, who would be, but if you would have said like it didn't hit in the club to '97, people would have understood. Cause
I
they'd be like,
thought
yeah, of course, cause
Yeah,
it was,
y'all see how he just cleaned them up right there real quick and real player like. He said, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't thinking, which I wouldn't expect you to be. But nigga, we was out 94 doing this, nigga. You talking about in your interview 97. You need to clean that up. That's when it hit the clubs in 97. But we was in the streets in 94, 90, 95, 96, running shit. You know what I mean? Good shit, DJ Paul. Good shit. Clean them up right there. Before about it. He said before about it. Man, I ain't finna let y'all put none of that Master P nigga came out and inspired us. We came out with it first. Boop, boop. Yeah. Do your thing. I like, at the end of the day, though, this is what's crazy. At the end of the day, this just shows you how much great music came from the South. Because this was legendary. Master P, 3 6 Mafia, Lil Jon, and everybody associated, all from the South. That's dope. That's dope.
It was on cassette tapes.
Right.
Me and Juicy was the only niggas I know that was DJing from cassette tapes because that's what our music was on. So in Memphis, we was DJing from cassette tapes. Nigga, I had 2 tape decks.
Wow.
It was crazy. I had a tape deck and a turntable. So, you know, because we had to play our music. So unlike you guys was waiting for what was on wax. But you know, we was playing most of our own stuff in the clubs. And so we had to play it from cassette decks.
So let's go back, because I seen a lot of people talking about we invented the word crunk. Like, we don't know who invented the word crunk. Memphis
don't
was
nobody
saying
know
the word crunk. Atlanta niggas was saying the word crunk. As long as I can remember Atlanta niggas been saying the word crunk.
Yeah.
Probably the same for you in Memphis.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. We didn't say crunk a lot in Memphis. Like I said, we said buck. Now, maybe buck came from crunk. Who knows? It's the same shit at the end of the day.
All right, we got anybody from Memphis? This is where we need you. Your intelligence right now, Memphis. Buck. What year did y'all start saying buck? Was it before crunk? Or did buck come after crunk? If you from Memphis in the chat right now, we need to know. Get buck. Let us know.
Right. But no, that's way before any one of ours. Before you was even squirted out.
Right.
You know, that word go back. Nobody can sit up and claim the creation of a word. None of us created those words.
Right.
So all we can talk, like I said, at the end of the day, it was just about the style of the music.
And let's talk about that. People want to say, you stole from Memphis. I don't make beats like DJ Paul or Juicy.
No, you don't.
It ain't never sounded like y'all, ever.
Yeah, you don't.
It ain't never. And we fucking appreciate each other's shit. I'm a fan for production. And congratulations on your fucking Grammys too, nigga.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I seen you grinding in the I think it was pandemic, me and you were talking, you sent me beats and shit, and I seen you just getting back on that fucking beat hustle and you fucking kicking motherfucking ass, bro. You
Hey, look, speaking of, look who I won the Grammy with.
Killer Mike. ATL in Memphis, cousins.
Let's go.
With cousins. Cousins. Atlanta and my boy from LA, but you know, Atlanta and Memphis niggas. But I mean, you know.
Shout out Killer Mike, DJ Paul. They just came together since they won a Grammy for the first time in my studio this week. You know what I'm saying? They just came together and started working on a new project together for the first time this week, man. Legendary shit going on, man. Legendary shit going on.
Should have been winning Grammys together, man.
Right.
You know, like Atlanta and Memphis, you know, Atlanta and Memphis always was so much alike, but they didn't do enough stuff together.
Yeah.
They didn't do enough stuff together. Like I can't think of Memphis and Atlanta stuff together, period, outside of stuff that you and I and I did with other people in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But
I did a lot with Ball and G. They was on damn near all my albums.
well, yeah, I know that. I'm just
And
talking
one of
about
my
outside of us back in the day. Like
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that goes on really now. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Well, I guess wasn't Pooh Shiesty from Memphis?
yeah, of course.
So that's Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, of
you're
course.
right. Like, niggas weren't even doing it like we was all doing it, huh?
No, it's a different time, but like hopefully it's probably more of that going on in the underground we don't even know about.
Yeah. So one more thing I want to talk about is people say, who invented crunk music? Like, I invented the term crunk music. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Nobody has said.
That was like that. I'm going to just say, yeah, to make you happy because I really don't know. But I know somebody going to come out after this comes out and they're going to check me on it. Cause like, no, Lil Jon it's always going to be somebody that feel like you got something from them. Somebody's going to come out and say, Lil Jon stole that from me. Some nigga from Atlanta. I had this shit first and Lil Jon heard it and he stole my word. I said it in this song and in 1997 I said it. Look, it's always going to be a situation like that. So, that's why I can see what DJ Paul was like, yeah.
I only.
We wasn't saying crunk music, no, for sure. No.
Do y'all even? Because I've never heard y'all say we crunk artists.
No, we're not crunk artists. We don't consider ourselves crunk artists. Yeah, well, I'm gonna give the crunk to you all day. Like I'm gonna give the crunk. Look, as far as like saying crunk music, but now like we said earlier, the style of the directional
influence.
The influence of the fight music.
Yes, that's y'all.
That's us.
Y'all did it first.
yeah, for sure.
I give P a little bit because they had like, you don't want to go to war with a soldier, and that when that fucking Bout It came on, niggas was getting their head knocked the fuck off.
Yeah, now that's who I would put against each other on some fight music. I would put No Limit, Master P, and DJ Paul. Because Lil Jon, your fight music didn't get popular till later. Like, they shit was popular in the 90s, early 90s. Like, I would put Master P and DJ Paul, who started that style of music, making niggas want to fight each other. Between them two, I would pay to see that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now, it's been a lot of songs. We could go for days where it's been songs where motherfuckers done got hurt in the club from. Yeah. I mean, you guys, Onyx got songs that did that. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about like in the South. In the South, the directional told a motherfucker to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that to y'all. We
can go back to fucking Little Richard. Probably got somebody killed in the club.
Damn.
Touching that white woman.
Yeah, like the dude that said the devil got in him when he was playing the blues music. I mean, like blues definitely not got a lot of motherfuckers hurt in the club.
Yeah.
Blues, whoo. Blues probably was the first, and rock, obviously.
Right.
But rap.
Yeah, I give it to y'all. Y'all created Southern fight music is all. That's just y'all got the crown for that. Y'all got the crown for that. But sure. I look at y'all are like godfathers, and y'all like my big brothers in the music shit. Even though we're all the same age, but y'all was doing it so much longer before. I just did it because I wanted to make some shit for Atlanta niggas to get turned up to. That's how I stumbled on it. My first song I ever recorded as an artist was that song "Who You With." And what's crazy?
Let me ask y'all a question in the chat right now. What year did y'all discover Lil Jon's music? Because I keep hearing him say 97. And I'm like, I don't remember listening to Lil Jon in 97, me personally. Like, no. Now, you might have been producing or something we just didn't know, but Lil Jon came in the 2000s for me. What year do y'all remember, like, getting hip to Lil Jon's music? Because 3 6 Mafia was the 90s. No Limit, 90s. Cash Money, 90s. Lil Jon was 2000s. What year was it for y'all?
See, about the bass music is Player Poncho is the reason me and the Eastside Boys even met, and Player Poncho was a bass artist. He was in a group called A-Town Players that did bass. And then he went to So Def, and we signed his song, a bass song of his on So Def, and that's how me and the Eastside Boys used to hang out, was because they was with Player Poncho all the time. So that just came out of that. So that's more backstory for everybody out there. But that is, y'all hearing it from Paul and John. This is my brother right there.
My brother, man. My brother.
Y'all niggas, man.
Love you too, bro. You already know.
I was listening to, I went and pulled up, we did Move Bitch before Ludacris. And it was you, Lola, Infamous, Juicy, Young Bloods, and me and the Eastside Boys. Ain't that some shit?
Damn.
Ain't that's the one that we
That's
got
crazy.
the plaque for?
Did we get a do y'all get a plaque for that?
I got a plaque for one of y'all albums where you got that flag on your back.
Oh yeah, it must have been on that. It was probably on that album. Yeah, but I did it I put it on my independent album first. So it was my We Still Crunk album we did, and then that TBT picked me up, and I put some of the songs from that album on the TBT album. So yeah.
Yeah, it probably was that. Yeah, I still got that plaque on the wall.
That is. Family,
yeah. Family, man, family.
So
player, man. This is a player debate right here. You see how they keeping it player? They're not hating on each other. They're giving each other their flowers. They exchanging, like, you know what I'm saying? The real, like, yeah, you can have that. You created that. They're not trying to throw other names in it. You niggas need to learn something from these two niggas right here, man. This is player right here. While everybody's out there starting a fire, we gonna get on here who they talking about, and we gonna keep it player. Y'all started this. We started that. Would you say y'all was inspired by this? Yes, we was. Would you say that y'all started this name? Yes, we did. You know what I mean? Like, that's tight.
Let's put this out there for everybody here too. I want 3 6 Mafia and Lil Jon to do some kind of Crunk Kings of the South, Crunk Kings, or some fucking kind of tour, and bring along some of the acts that, you know, like Young Bloods and even Yin Yang. We kind of talked about it briefly, but I'll put it out there in case somebody want to come, because it's time to bring this energy shit back.
That would be a crazy ass tour, though. Like that type of music, a whole 2-3 hours of that. Lil Jon, Crunk music, and Memphis niggas, that shit'll go crazy.
Nobody makes music like we did, and like it's not the same.
Yeah, it's time, bro. It's time. Like, your guy called me about it. And man, you know, we ready, man. It needs to happen next year, you know what I'm saying? Because people right now, people on it. But you know how it is. Crunk will be here for a minute, then it'll leave. But it always come back.
Because it's energy. Back. Yeah, it's gonna always come back.
Yeah, it'll come. Things will slow down, and then it'll come back, and people will be on something else, and then it'll come back, and then it also mutates into other forms.
Right.
You know?
That's the crazy shit, because the youngsters keep it alive.
Yeah, they keep it alive. The youngsters keep it alive.
Yeah. Hey, you said that'll be the YB show. That'll be the young boy show for old heads. We'll be in that motherfucker going crazy. Socking niggas in the mouth. That is funny, because that would be that. That would be equivalent. Because, nigga, I'm telling you, that Lil Jon music, that motherfucker had the club going stupid. And 3 6 Mafia, that's when I was younger, though. So that's really, I'm a kid seeing that, but 2000s was my era when I'm like in the clubs and shit going crazy. And that's when Lil Jon had the shit going stupid.
Shout out to the whole ASAP crew, ASAP Rocky, Ferg, all them, Waka Flocka, all the young guys that, you know, they older now, but when they was young, they was the ones bringing it back. I always give Waka Flocka the credit for bringing Crunk back.
Yeah, he was the one, when he came out, he had the energy. And you know why? I was in the studio one time. He was like, my big brother, all he listened to was Crunk shit.
That's
like,
a good one.
All he listened to was Lil Jon, Top Boys, and all that shit.
Yeah, he had a song called Tear the Club Down or something.
That's a good one. Nigga. Waka Flocka definitely brought that shit back. Let's do it. Nigga going crazy. Oh my God, nigga. Waka Flocka had that shit going crazy. Damn. Y'all gotta add Waka Flocka on the tour. Add Waka Flocka on that tour and make sure it's a gang of ambulances outside, because it's gonna be a gang of old motherfuckers either fainting from passing out from trying to relive their 2000s or getting socked out. Something gonna happen in there. It's gonna need some ambulances for sure.
Like that. Something like Terry Club up. And yeah, man, me and Walker were super close. We had a bunch of conversations. He tell me all the time, like, man, I love y'all boys, man.
Well, I wanna, if we do the tour,
Walker,
we gotta do the album too.
3 6 Mafia, Lil Jon, Walker.
Everybody just turned the fuck up. We bringing them out.
Yin Yang, we can go
Damn,
man.
gotta go crazy.
Exactly. So let's do it.
Love you, brother.
Love you, brother.
Everybody out there, you see, it's Memphis and ATL love. We always been clicked up.
Always
been love.
That's dope.
But
always.
But
you know, it just
20
that's
plus
dope
years.
for the South right here.
Yeah, it just
it's tight.
People try to mix it up, but we should have been got on there and told them and had this conversation, bro. People always mixing it up.
That's tight.
It's official.
Look,
John, but you know, look, John, I give you this credit. What we all was doing and building, you took it to another fucking level. I mean, 3 6 Mafia took it to a level, but you took it to a totally different level. I give you that credit right there, bro.
Damn, that'd be hard.
Man. Thank
You're still taking it to another level. You fucking doing car commercials now.
Yeah, can you believe this shit? We from the goddamn hole in the wall, denim and diamonds and goddamn 559s to Hyundai commercials.
Man, we
tight.
just we just enjoy the fruits of our labor, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's big.
And you look good, you look healthy. You
too, bro.
Sober for a long time too, right?
2 years sober this month.
Man, that's blessings, man.
Yeah. How long you sober now?
About 3 years.
Yeah, you look good, bro. Y'all these muscles and shit. We done came a long way since them 2012 Vegas days. I'll tell you that, bro.
Drinking everything and doing everything. Yeah, I'm just glad to see us all still out here and able to do it. Like, you still producing, I'm still producing. We using our God-given talents. We're healthy. We done raised our kids. Our kids is damn grown and shit.
Yeah, grown.
And it's just a blessing, man. And I'm glad that all of this shit happened, because we woke our communities back up, so they can be like, you know what? I want to see them live. We ain't seen 3 6 in a while. We ain't seen Lil Jon in a while. Or I want to see them all together.
That's
we're talking, and we woke the energy back up for this crunk shit. So I love it.
I love it too, bro. It needed to happen, man.
Yes, sir.
Tight, man. Tight. That's legendary right there, y'all. That's legendary, man. And if you're watching and you don't know who these two players are right here, Lil Jon, DJ Paul, go do your goddamn homework, man. Go do your goddamn homework, especially if you're from the South and you don't know who these two are. You are tripping. You know what I'm saying? Legends right here. Legends. That's dope. This is dope that they use their platform to come together, you know what I mean, spread love, give each other flowers, and clear the air on the debate that's going on. And let's put some facts, some details out there for those who are arguing, you know, from the gut, who don't really have no facts. Here's the facts. They started this in this year, this person started, and they was giving extra flowers to motherfuckers who not even on here, showing them love. Master P, Waka Flocka. You know what I mean? Different motherfuckers showing love. You know, the Young Bloods, fucking Yin Yang Twins. All these people played a part in making this debate. Even the reason that's a debate. It took all those players involved. Like, nigga, that was a great era, great time to be a part of this shit. Great time to live and be outside, man. Like, there's so many memories come from that. Trillville. You know, everybody know the Trillville song now. That song aged. Everybody's sampling it, redoing it. Trillville. You know what I'm saying? Young Bloods. Shit, Pastor Troy. So many greats came from that era, man. Like, so many greats, man. Damn, what a time, dog. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, what y'all thought about this debate, though. What y'all thought. And even still, even with them going back and forth, I want to know who y'all think created Crunk. Nigga, stand on it. Stand on it in the comment section right now, man. And as always, I'm going to give y'all 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction. All right, booyah, man. That was tight. That was tight. Hey, shout out my boy Poetic Flacco. I saw you in the chat, big dog. Shout out Flacco. Came through. Flacco said I'm finna come over here and spice it up, trying to turn it up. Yeah, we be over on the reaction side. It's the reaction side, Flacco. We save all that other shit for the kick and all that. But yeah, shout out my boy Flacco. You know what I mean? Shout out Pot Lord. Pot Lord tapped in. He like, what's up, nigga? Let's get some destruction going. We gonna save all that. We gonna go live on Kick tonight or something, man. But community at 2 o'clock. Make sure y'all tune in community at 2 o'clock too. We'll do it up there too. But yeah, man, shout out. That was a good debate, y'all. That was a good debate. That was tight to see them come together and put some clarity to that shit. Put some clarity, man. And that's dope that they even came up with a resolution on let's all go hit the road and let's go get some money. Yeah, shout out Crime Mob. Shout out Crime Mob. Hey, let's go hit the road and let's go get some money together. And let's bring other motherfuckers from our era with us. That's where, when y'all just be talking, because when it come down to the financials, that's when you go figure out who going with y'all. Because some people might think they worth more than what they are. Some people might think, hopefully they can figure that out to where it all makes sense for all parties involved and that the people can see that live, because that'll be tight. Like the Kings of Crunk tour, 3-6 Mafia, Young Bloods, Yin Yang Twin, Lil Jon, Waka Flocka, like all them type niggas, that shit'll go crazy. Oh God, I would love to see that. All right, cool. We got that one out the way, man. We got that one out the way. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This, hopefully they don't show no guns on here, man. I don't think they're gonna show no guns, because this is the one we're at, and I don't want to get the episode zapped. And you know what? Fuck that. We living on the edge. We living on the edge, nigga. We don't give a fuck. We give a fuck, but we don't give a fuck, nigga. We gonna watch it. And they better not zap us. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see the story. Over the weekend, it was a mass shooting, 8 people killed, 16 people shot, 2,000 shots fired. That's crazy. At a homecoming, at a party. Let's react to this shit, man. We gonna do it up.
Wins when the family feels.
Nigga, we gonna do it up. Ain't nobody stopping us, nigga. You can't stop us. Hold on. Dizzle, what up, bro? Hold on.
Hey.
I'm gonna take you off mute. Say shout out to the Ace Pit, cuz Ace Pit out here, cuz. Say what's up, my boy.
Shout out to the Ace Pit, man.
My nigga Dizzle. All right, I'm gonna hit you when I'm done, bro.
All
right. Shout out my boy Dizzle, man. All right. All right, y'all. Let's get to this one. Y'all. All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. This one is called 8 Killed, 16 Shot, and 2,000 Shots Fired. Mississippi homecomings turns deadly in 24 hours, man. Let's get into it. This is crazy. All right, that's it. I'm over it. Y'all not finna give me zap, cuz. Y'all not finna give me zap. I'm doing this one offline, y'all. I'm doing this. I said, oh, no. I'm doing that one offline, y'all. I want to watch it with y'all, but I said, no. They was zapping me, bro. Yeah. I'm nervous, nigga. I'm nervous. I'm going to watch that one offline, and I'm going to do that shit, and then I'm going to upload it. That shit started with gunfire. I'm like, hell no, nigga. We not finna get zapped, man. Fuck that shit. We not getting zapped. Not today. We gonna make it through this episode, y'all. We gonna make it through this episode. Let's go to the next one. They said blur it out. No. Listen, for some reason, when it's live, when I'm live streaming, they be tripping. But if I react to it and I load it and I premiere it, they don't trip. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why, but guess what? I bumped my head once. I bumped my head twice. I'm not going to bump it a third time. That's what you consider a dummy. So I'm not going to go in here and react to something that they zapped me for and put me in timeout for 48 hours for it twice already. You get what I'm talking about? So, yeah, man. I'm gonna just go to the next one. It ain't that serious where I'm gonna be that thirsty to react to it. I'll just put it up. And then, you know, we go about that way. Let's move on to this next shit, y'all. Oh my God, dog. That was crazy. All right, let's see how Cool Kicks ruined their reputation.
So over the years and
all right, we're gonna react to Cool Kicks. This is the shoe company out here, you know what I'm saying? Good peoples. And yeah, they just got hit for out here stolen goods, fraudulent goods. We're gonna find out. Let's see what they're talking about. All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. This one is called How Cool Kicks Just Ruined Their Reputation. The notorious resale shoe seller just got hit by the feds, man. Let's see what happened.
So over the years, an important part of the community has always been culture and style. And with the content creation space growing more and more every day, it's always been important for not only our creators, but for everyone to have their own style and identity in life. And there's been one very popular store in Los Angeles that's been focused on all of this since the day they opened. But recently, that store has found themselves in the worst type of drama that has even led to the store being raided by the FBI.
Raided a popular sneaker shop, Cool Kicks, LA, this week in Santa Monica, leading to the felony arrest of owner Adil Shams. Partially captured via live stream, the raid shocked the sneaker community and sparked questions about allegedly stolen merchandise.
The Cool Kicks LA team is speaking out tonight after the owner of the popular sneaker store was arrested.
My boy is good. Cool Kicks is good. The business is good. All this shit that you guys are spreading, all these narratives that you guys have in your head, all these thoughts, ideas, whatever, I promise y'all, I'm telling y'all, you will see that all of that shit is not what you think it is, bro. Trust me.
But what store are we talking about, and what exactly caused this raid to happen? Well, that's probably why you're here. But first, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the tribe house with the biggest trapper. And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. And with that being said, let's get into how Cool Kicks just ruined their reputation. Okay, so to start, this video is going to be a little bit different because technically we're going to be talking about a store instead of the typical content creator news that we usually cover. But the thing is, this store alone has become a social media empire, gaining over millions of followers across all platforms.
Facts. Shout out Cool Kicks, man. I remember when they first started too, man. But they took this shit to higher heights, man. They doing their thing, but let's see.
Specifically YouTube. Now, before we dive back into all the details, I know some of you guys may be at home bored or at work bored or simply just have nothing to do in your downtime. Well, what if I told you I'm giving you the option to play games and be able to make some money from it? Yes, that's right. If you hit...
said bogus green screen. That's funny. All right, let me fast forward this, y'all. Hold on, let's see.
Cash. But before becoming one of the most popular sneaker resale stores in America, it would all start on a college campus. You see, Adil Shams, who is the CEO of Cool Kicks that's currently under a lot of heat, and some of his partners began buying, cleaning, and reselling Jordans while at the Virginia Commonwealth University, also known as VCU, way back in 2014, which was truly the beginning of the peak sneaker era. And that small hustle eventually turned into a formal business that would help Adil and his partners relocate all the way across the country to Los Angeles. They would end up opening a powerhouse of a business in the heart of sneaker culture just a few years later. But you see, the thing was, Cool Kicks knew there was a lot of competition within the sneaker market, especially in LA, so they had to come up with a plan that would truly separate them from other businesses in the area. And this decision wasn't for them to have better prices or better inventory. The answer to their problems was just simply to become more popular. So on February 28th, 2018, Cool Kicks would post their first ever YouTube video to their channel, which was a trailer for an upcoming video they had planned. It was like a 5v5 basketball video, and if you beat them, you would win a free pair of Yeezys.
We have points set apart. We said we was gonna play you for some sneakers. It's simple. You beat us, you get some free shoes. It's your best five against our best five. Free shoes. You beat us, free shoes. It's simple, right? It sounds easy. It's not that easy. Whole team. It's not that easy. Whole team.
Now, obviously, this was nowhere near the star-studded high-level content that we're used to seeing in today's Cool Kicks videos, but this was all a part of their rise to becoming not only a resale sneaker empire, but also a YouTube empire as well. It seemed like their content began getting better and better with every upload. They did everything from shoe reviews to challenges, pranks to even buying entire sneaker collections from random people, and of course their most popular form of content, which was collaborating with various public figures whenever they came to the store to shop. The first action—
Hey, that's fucking crazy. That nigga's son play on my son's basketball team. I didn't even know that he was part of Cool Kicks. I didn't even know that. Because I know the original Cool Kicks niggas. I didn't know him.
Was celeb to ever be featured in the Cool Kicks video was of course the one and only Playboy Cardi. And this came back on October 7th, 2018, just 8 months after they originally launched their channel.
She really. What up, boss? Yeah.
Beautiful story, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
I just
appreciate
left the studio. I was like, damn, need some shit.
How you find out about it? All right, man. Much love. Yo.
What's up, Mook?
Okay, Kenny.
Even though this video did extremely well for Cool Kicks, they kind of clickbaited the entire thing, because even though Cardi was featured in both the title and thumbnail of this video, unfortunately viewers will find out after clicking that he will only be featured in about 10 seconds of this entire 1 hour vlog. Now believe it or not, the first creator to actually pull up to Cool Kicks and get their own dedicated video was no other than Pretty Boy Fredo. He originally pulled up to the store and did his own shopper spree type of videos that he made popular at the time, which were allegedly fake, but Cool Kicks also gave him his own special video on their channel as well.
Shit! Hey, going crazy. Hey, my only concern is how I'm gonna get this shit back home. You know what I'm saying? I ain't from LA, you know? Y'all got some transport service or something like that?
I got a FedEx account, man.
Nigga doing fake shopping videos. I be seeing those videos when niggas be like, oh yeah, your total comes up to 30,000 something. Now they pull out their card. I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Y'all not paying that for them damn shoes. Your total comes out to 800. Nigga, stop it. $80,000.
I send it for you overnight.
That's what's up.
This was a huge collab because at the time, Fredo was at the peak of his career. He was one of the biggest creators within the community, and he was also very popular within sneaker culture. So I feel like this was like a real culture shift for Cool Kicks, because after this, they really started pushing out more and more high quality YouTube content. Whether it was challenges or collabs, it really didn't matter. All of these videos did great for the most part, and this would all make Cool Kicks the well-known store that it became today. Having creators as big as iShowSpeed and Casanat pull up, as well as NBA superstars like KD and Ja Morant, all of the videos featuring the people I just mentioned have all done well over 1 million views. In fact, the Cool Kicks channel on YouTube has about 64 videos that have all done at least 1 million views, with the highest being a video featuring Lil Uzi Vert.
Everybody fuck with Cool Kicks. Cool Kicks got some heat though. They definitely got heat. They definitely always, for a long time now, you could go to them, get some shit, and you know, shout out to them. They'll definitely hook it up too. So shout out to Cool Kicks, man. Shout out to Cool Kicks. Hopefully this didn't affect their business though, like this. That's the part I haven't seen. Like, has it affected their business? The feds hitting them, or are they still going strong? I don't know. That's the part I don't know. So I don't know. Let's see.
Accumulated around 5.4 million, and all of that success has led to the channel gaining almost 2 million subscribers, which has made the store in general a must-stop tourist destination for any fans visiting LA. I mean, everything about the store has just become so popular over the past few years that even the employees within the store have started seeing their own success on social media as well, such as creators like Rami the Icon, who's been working for Cool Kicks since they basically launched their YouTube channel. After the store had become a huge success, Rami then launched his own channel just a few years later, and he even started seeing a lot of success with that, gaining over 1.5 million subscribers on his personal channel. That's almost as much as the entire Cool Kicks alone, and he did this by simply documenting his day at work, showing us the entire process of him buying sneakers from people that come within the store.
They legit, man.
It's my magic tool right here.
Does it work? Let me see, man.
It's not gonna work for you. It only worked for me. It's my tool. I'm gonna keep it 100. So you're not supposed to put your hands on it. Don't put your hands on my shit.
I can check for myself too?
You
don't put your hands on my shit.
Can't check
see what you looking at.
Nah, I'm the person. I'm the legit checker.
I'm the shoe head though. I'm a sneaker head. I'm born with the dunks.
You selling them. You bringing them to me.
Okay, what you want to do?
I'm the one that's gonna tell you them
what
shit's
you
fake.
Do, bro?
They fake. I don't want to.
Oh, damn.
You fake. fake, bro. What you mean? They real, bro.
I feel like you're getting disrespectful, bro. I'm trying to tell you some
disrespecting my shoe, man. I'm a sneakerhead too, bro.
I don't
probably got more shoes than you at your house, bro.
You probably do. Shit. You probably. I ain't saying that.
You check them out, bro.
I don't even need to check them. You just look like dog shit. You just look like hot ass. What you gonna do? What you gonna do then?
What you want? I'll take all y'all. What y'all want to do?
Bro, it's only over a pair. It's just a pair of shoes, bro.
Nah, bro. You disrespect me talking about it's fake, bro.
Now, even though both Cool Kicks as a whole and their employees have been saying real.
Was that real or fake, y'all? Come on now. I'm going to let y'all determine. Let me know in the chat right now. Was that real or fake? Was that fake content, real content? Let me know in the chat. I'm not going to say my take because y'all know what I know. Y'all know what I'm thinking because y'all thinking it too.
Successful on social media. It had gotten to a point where practically every celebrity that we could have seen shot within the store had already been there. So this would lead to the Cool Kicks YouTube channel starting to slow down a little bit and mellow out because we didn't want to keep seeing the same celebrities come just to buy one pair of shoes. That wasn't necessarily the best content to watch. And it seemed like Cool Kicks realized that this was becoming an issue too, which led to them quickly finding a new avenue to venture into. Now, we all know live streaming has recently taken over the entire world of social media, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, or any other platform that you decide to stream on. It seems like we're definitely living in a time where people only care about content if it's live, so this will cause Cool Kicks to journey into the world of live streaming. But they did this in a different way than you would expect. You see, Cool Kicks will start streaming on a platform called Whatnot, which is a platform where people do live auctions. It's literally just the buying and selling of different items at a super fast rate. So this was a perfect lane for the company to get into because it allowed them to quickly get off their inventory for various prices. And this all seemed to be working out a bit too well for the company.
That Whatnot app been going crazy too. How many of y'all be using the Whatnot shit? Be buying shit off of there? That shit been going crazy.
Let's just break this app down. Brand new, 11 Women's, go. Go, go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chat, these are brand new. Wow, that's a steal. Chat, 11 Women's, brand new, go. We're about to go fast now. Every second is another auction. Yes, I'm doing clothes later, I got you. Yes, I'm doing electronics. Yes, I'm doing watches. Yes, I'm doing Labubus. Yes, I'm doing colognes. I have everything for you guys. Just sit back and relax.
As we all know, when things start going too good in life, something bad is bound to happen. And that's exactly what happened to both Cool Kicks and the CEO of Deal just a few days ago on live stream. On October 3rd, 2025, authorities executed a raid on the Cool Kicks warehouse in the Los Angeles area, while the CEO of Deal was actually doing a live broadcast on Whatnot. And at first he seemed to be genuinely confused when all of this happened, but after understanding the seriousness of this entire situation, the live stream would abruptly end as the officers entered into the building.
Damn, I didn't know he got hit while he was live. That's even crazier. So while he's on Whatnot is an app where you can auction and people, as you see, it's self-explanatory, as you see. You can sell shit on there. It's like TikTok Live, but you know, a different little, yeah. So you can auction shit off, get your shit off faster to people live, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know he got hit live. That's crazy.
Chat, what the fuck was that?
Oh wait, Jeremy said don't do that.
What is that?
Damn. The feds.
Chat, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Did somebody swat us? I'll be back, chat.
Damn.
Is it really? Is it prank?
Now this began going viral absolutely everywhere, and it was largely due to the original headline that released with the news, because the story was that Cool Kicks had been raided by the LAPD's Bunco and Forgery Division, which specializes in cases related to fraud, counterfeit items, and of course other similar offenses, and that was followed by the arrest of the CEO of the company as well. Now of course this is a very serious matter, but if you've seen any of the videos of their arrest and the way it was handled, you would have thought that the CEO of Cool Kicks was on the FBI's most wanted list or something.
Wow, god damn. Damn, they came that deep? Shit. What the fuck? Wow.
Now, when everyone originally caught wind of this, the rumor going around the internet was that Cool Kicks were selling people fake shoes, which caused a bit of an outrage online and even led to people resurfacing a bunch of older videos, even a video of Casanet's shoes falling apart on Shannon Sharp's podcast that he allegedly got from Cool Kicks as well.
And I remember I was on a flight. It's when it hit me. I was on a flight and I was watching.
Oh, shit. Oh, so those shoes came from Cool Kicks? This is a legendary little part from that little interview, too. That's funny.
Oh, my gosh.
Ah, man.
Damn, bro.
Did we get that? That joke got some fake Yeezys.
Yeah.
That joke got
hell nah.
He got some Peezies.
Oh,
Them
hell
Peezies.
nah.
Them Peezies. Them ain't no Yeezys.
Yo.
Yeah, we got that.
Yo,
yeah,
Cool Kicks.
Nah, cool. I don't know. Nah, that's so uncool.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But no, you could tell they're like a little beaten up though.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but then you reached down. I got to say something. Y'all saw that.
Now, while the internet was basically running laps around Cool Kicks, laughing at them, clowning them, telling the world that they sold fakes, it seemed like everyone that was within the Cool Kicks family wasn't too worried about this situation at all, because during the Twitch live stream, one of the more popular workers at the store, who goes by the name of JB, would assure the chat that everything and everyone were going to be all right.
Chat. I'm telling y'all, bro. Trust me, like, all this shit, though, I hear it all. I hear it all. I hear it all. I see it all. We see it all y'all in our DMs, all of you guys commenting everywhere, all the people who just, feel me? It's okay, bro. It's okay, bro. Trust me, bro. My boy is good. Cool Kicks is good. The business is good. All this shit that you guys are spreading, all these narratives that you guys have in your head, all these thoughts, ideas, whatever, I promise y'all, I'm telling y'all, you will see that all of that shit is not what you think it is, bro. Trust me. Trust me. So.
Now, more information started coming out on this as the days went on, causing even Cool Kicks themselves to release a statement saying that the raid was due to a small allotment of Nike sneakers that were allegedly stolen, which Cool Kicks had purchased and received within 48 hours prior. And they also went on to say that there was no word from law enforcement that any other products that had been seized were counterfeit, which was a very important thing to note, because the narrative online was that Cool Kicks sold fake shoes, which obviously could affect their business drastically, because no one is going to spend hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars at a shoe store that allegedly sells fake sneakers. Nobody's doing that. But
who the hell dropped dime on them niggas?
It's more,
because I heard it was an ex-employee, or I heard it was an employee that was disgruntled. Like, who dropped dime on them niggas? Like, who the fuck calls the FBI? Not the police. Who calls the FBI to come hit these niggas? That's crazy.
News and reports continued to come out. It seemed like this statement from Cool Kicks was starting to add up, although it did seem to be a lot more than a small allotment that they originally claimed it to be. According to reports, the Los Angeles Police Department raid resulted in the recovery of $500,000 in stolen cargo train merchandise, including over 2,100 pairs of unreleased Nike sneakers. Now, $500,000 is definitely a lot more than a quote-unquote small allotment, but on the bright side, at least the shoes weren't fake. Right? Now, I'm not a lawyer by any means. I don't know anything about law, but this sounds like kind of a beatable case, right? At least for the Cool Kicks side, because it's not like Cool Kicks or any of their employees were the ones hopping on these trains, stealing all of the merchandise and things like that. They're likely just purchasing these things from other people, and I say it's a pretty fair assumption to say that they probably didn't know they were purchasing $500,000 worth of stolen goods. But it does start to make you question how many of these resellers are actually selling stolen merchandise. Think about all of these early or unreleased pairs of shoes that people try to sell, and in reality they could have just been hijacked off of a train. But
I mean, does the consumer care? That's the question, and you really want to know. Have you ever walked into a shoe store, saw some shoes you wanted at a resale place, if you buy at resale places, and said, no, if this shoe is stolen, I'm not going to buy it, even though it was at an affordable rate and these are the shoes that you wanted? Are you going to say, hey, these are stolen? I don't want them. The average consumer isn't. Average consumer ain't even going to care. Ain't even going to ask. Why? Because, nigga, they're in your store, which means that's your problem if it happens. I'm buying them from you. So that's your problem if they stolen. You know what I'm saying?
As of right now, this is still an ongoing story. There's more news coming out every single day about this thing, so if there's anything groundbreaking that drops anytime in the near future, I'll be sure to put together a video to keep you guys updated. But I do think that Cool Kicks is going to be just fine. But that's just my personal opinion. As you guys know, the only opinion that really matters to me is you guys' opinion. So with that being said, be sure to comment down below and let me know, what do you think of this entire situation? Do you guys think Cool Kicks knew that all of this merchandise was stolen? Do you think they're innocent? Just let me know how you feel down below in the comments.
Oh, yeah. All right. Do you care? Let me know in the comment section. Do you care if the shoes that people are selling in these resale stores are stolen? I honestly feel, I don't think people care. You know what I'm saying? Now, who told on Cool Kicks is the question. Like, for them to bring out the feds, who the hell dropped dime? And who, in order to drop dime, you have to know that the shoes are first stolen. So you knew they were stolen, and then you had the feds come hit them and retrieve the stolen shoes. You knew they were stolen. How the fuck Cool Kicks didn't know they were stolen? Who the hell dropped dime? So it had to be somebody either A, that sold them the shoes, or B, that works for Cool Kicks. Which then, if they work for Cool Kicks, that means that Cool Kicks knew they were stolen because you knew they were stolen. You worked for them. It's kind of crazy, right? All right, let me know what y'all think in the comment sections, man. Will Cool Kicks survive? Hopefully they do. Shout out to them, man. They doing their thing. You know what I mean? Hopefully this was just a hiccup and they learned from their mistakes. Let me know if you think they will survive or if it's over for them. And what do y'all think about the resale shoe market game, period? Y'all feel like they are gypping you and stealing people's money and overpricing shoes? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I'm going to give y'all 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction. All right, y'all. Booyah, booyah, booyah. 5. That's 5 of them. That's 5 of them. That's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3. No, that's 4 of them. That's all I'm doing today, though. I got to get off this motherfucker. My girl just made me breakfast. I'm about to go eat. Then I got to get ready for community. But, yeah, man, shout out to y'all. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been another great episode of ABP Live Reactions right here on ABP Reactions, man. Make sure y'all smash the like on this video, please, right now for your boy. Thank you very much. 385 people. Can I get 385 likes right now? If you're watching right now, smash a like. Take 2 seconds, man. Also, leave a comment, man. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about these reactions today. Y'all can comment on the reactions. Let what y'all think about the show. Whatever, man. Let's keep this shit going. I'll see y'all tomorrow on here. And also, if you got a reaction you want me to react to, go to the description. Go to where it says, if you got a reaction for Pun, click the link. Click the link. It's going to take you to our Discord, Ace Pit Discord. Go down to the entertainment tab. Right underneath there says reactions. Go ahead and post your shit right there. Post a link. I'm going to hit it with a 100 sign when I see it. I'm going to save it, and I'll react to it the next time I go live this week. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all as always, man. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day out there. Shout out to the Ace Pit Aces in the chat. You know what I mean? Smash the like button right now, man. I'm gone.